Hello, chat. How you doing? Oh, wow. I had to boot up my PS4 for this one. Because hell, if I was going to buy this game again on PS5, just for slightly updated face models. So yeah, this is the PS4 version of the game. Yeah, like I said, 50 to 60 bucks for or however much it is. No, thank you. Made the right choice. I mean, it's just going to be a DLC sin video. I've already sin the main game. No reason to buy it all over again. I see someone's no HDR on. HDR isn't really compatible with streaming very well. Greetings, Dart Daddy. How you doing? How you doing, son? Is this on the Pakistani GameCube too? No, this is on legitimate PS4. Pakistani GameCube doesn't really work very well past the PS2 GameCube generation. It starts getting a little spotty here and there. But yeah. Since this is going to be for a potential DLC sin video next month, need to bank the footage. I don't think I've ever, I don't believe I've ever played the DLC for this game either. Like, I know what happens during it, but I've never firsthand played it. I don't believe. It's not in my memory anyways. If I have, I've forgotten it. Look at that glorious anti-aliasing. Anti-aliasing? What is this strange technology? Did you know you can get The Last of Us DLC as a standalone game? Yup, but I already owned this game back when I bought it to like sin the base game. And it came with the DLC. I think, yeah, it came with the DLC, so might as well just use the version I already got. Run you maybe 2 to 2.5 hours. That's perfectly fine. I'm fine with a short stream tonight. Finally got the hang of HDR on the Resident Evil series. I just disregard Capcom's advice and it looks quite... Yeah, HDR can be nice. I have a very nice monitor for HDR. However, I don't get to use it because streaming with HDR, or at least last time I tried it, didn't work. It just like actually like bogs everything down. Maybe it's changed since then. Who would buy the DLC on its own when the DLC already comes to The Last of Us Remake? I have no idea. Sony's weird with this series, man. Where can we see DLC sins? On my Patreon. There's a link for it up above on the chat, actually. I've got 2 DLC sin videos already on the Patreon, and I'm currently working on the classic sin video for Silent Hill 3. I finished up the script for it today. That'll be going up in probably a couple days once I finish editing it together. And I'm debating on what my next DLC sin video will be. It's either going to be this or Resident Evil 8's DLC. I haven't just picked one yet, but it'll be one of those two. I'm also planning to send BioShock Infinite's 2 DLCs, probably, maybe after that, or maybe I'll do FF16's DLC first before I get to those. Who knows? I got some options. I'm just trying to get as much content onto the Patreon as I can right now to make it, worth everyone's money. The DLC isn't so good, it's just kind of mid, not bad, not good. That's how most DLC tends to be, in my opinion. It's either just like, outside of like full-on expansion packs, like The Witcher got, most DLC is just like, it's a nice little continuation of what you already enjoyed. But yeah, if you want to join the Patreon, the link is both down below and up above. I think we're almost at 210 members on it, so you too can join the Goon Guild, if you so please. Are you going to send the DLC? Yes, it's going to be a DLC sim video on the Patreon. So gotta bank that footage. I'm probably going to be playing a few other DLCs soon, like FF16's. I need to replay through BioShock Infinite's DLC because I didn't record it the last time I played through it. So I'll be playing through those soon. The Goonies, yeah. But hey, if you just want to join the Goon Gang, you don't even have to pay more than $1. But if you want to see the content, it'll be like $3. Separate Ways was godly tier. This one's just leaves on a cliffhanger. Well, Separate Ways is one of the better DLCs. Resident Evil does a pretty good job with their DLCs ever since 7. What about the DLC for Spider-Man? I never paid attention to the DLC for Spider-Man. I know it's like got a few different ones out, so I could probably combine all of them into one DLC video if I wanted to. But that is one I'm thinking of doing, as well as Ghost of Tsushima's DLC. Since I think I actually own it, but I've never played it. And Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West both have a DLC campaign I could work with. Hey, Dartigan, what did I have for dinner? Nothing that you're going to be impressed with. I had cereal for dinner today. I didn't have time to cook. I also didn't really have much at home to cook with because I forgot to do dishes, and the pots that I needed were kind of dirty, so I had to put them in the dishwasher first. So I'll make like a beef bowl tomorrow. Love to watch you do the Horizon DLCs. Yeah, I'll probably I might play at least one of those and send it this year. Those seem like they're bite-sized enough for me to make a pretty good DLC video off of. Witcher 3, yeah, which I need to send before I can do send the DLC of a game. I kind of have a self-imposed rule that I have to have already sent the base game on YouTube. So I need to do Witcher 3 send video before I can do Witcher 3's DLC. You want the Patreon name to be Shadow Wizard Mooney Gang? That's a little too long, don't you think? Feel free to think of yourself as Shadow Wizard Mooney Gang, though. Jim, what's up, man? What's the best kind of pasta? I don't know, but I've been really enticed to try out assassin spaghetti recently. I just haven't had time to try making it for myself. It's apparently very good. YouTube, mainly because YouTube keeps recommending me videos of people making assassin spaghetti. Hey Dartigan, I need to inform you that I've thrown away my morals, my soul, and worst of all, my $4 that went on your damn Patreon. Don't thank me. Well, I will thank you. I'm sorry you can't, like, stop me from thanking you because you've been extremely generous and given me money for exclusive content. And now it's my duty to keep pumping out that exclusive content to keep you there. So, I think we're both due some praise here. But no, seriously, thank you for joining the Patreon, Zakolo. It means a lot to me. Be sure to check out the community. Yeah, some people don't know on Patreon, you actually have like a Discord-like chatting app built into it. And so there's already like several like chatting rooms on the Patreon as well for the Goon Guild. So you can check those out. Post anything you want, basically. As long as it's a bit more rowdy than some of my other chat places like Discord. What cereal did I eat? Come on, you know what cereal I ate. You know. What other cereal would it be besides Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Hey, Charmsy, what's up? How you doing tonight? Fettuccine is really good. The pasta from JoJo Part 4 is pretty nice as well. Well, yeah, but they were in, like, Italy, though. Well, no, that was the one where they're not in Italy, I think. Or were they? Honey bunches of oats. No. Usually if I don't really eat cereal often, but I had like a half a jug of almond milk left over and I couldn't think of what to do with it. So I bought a box of cereal so I could finish off the almond milk. First time watching a stream, love your YouTube. Hey, Fairway Gaming. Welcome to my stream. They're pretty weird sometimes. We get into very strange conversations. And sometimes serious conversations. And sometimes we just, well, we worry our parents and loved ones. Definitely we do that from time to time. But thank you. I will hopefully have a Resident Evil 1 video out for you soon. And also, I finished up the Silent Hill 3 script today for the upcoming Patreon video. So I'll be recording lines for that tomorrow. I got 2 kettles in the fire, or 2 pots in the fire right now. Both a Silent Hill video and a Resident Evil video. One for Patreon, one for YouTube. So I'm a little busy. Very, very busy. Got to get those out before the end of the month. Hey, you Dartigan, I'm gonna, you just made a latte. What kind of latte did you make? When are we starting? In just a few minutes. This DLC won't take a full 4-hour stream. So if I start too soon, we'll be done within like 2.5 hours, and then I'll have to end the stream at like 10 p.m. So, we're gonna be doing a little bit of like a chat session first. Consider, just hey, chat with Dartigan, chat with each other. Let's make some jokes, and then we'll get started. Don't mean to keep people waiting if they're really excited, but I will be playing after we've like fully warmed up. Just gotta make sure I kill some time first. Right, I'm padding the stream out. How you Dartigan, chat folk? How do it do? It keep doing. You're a bow tie, nochi, and angel hair kind of girl? We talking about pasta again? Been eating bacon, eggs, and sausage sandwiches and burritos for the past week. How's your blood pressure? Have you checked that recently? Speaking of weird, how to access to your OnlyFans, Darty? I don't have one, And if someone is out there using my name for an OnlyFans, it ain't me. You will know my OnlyFans by the feet that is on it. And only the feet. They post anything other than the most glorious pair of, like, walkers you've ever seen. You know, I've never thought of this before, but do, like, people with a feet fetish, do they have, like, words for feet? That, you know how, like, we have, like, for, like, other sexual things, we have all these different words. We got, like, boobs, tits, and and everything else, and, like, you know, dick, schlong, cock, but do they have, like, other, like, weird nicknames for feet? I'm sorry to go off on a tangent here, but I've never even thought of that before. Like, I just thought of, like, walkers for a second. I wonder if they call them that. It's like, you got a nice pair of walkers on you, dude. They have to, right? You don't have a fetish and you don't come up with, like, terminology. Looking forward to any games? I'm going to be playing Hellblade 2 soonish. I don't think there's much hype for that game, but I'm sort of interested in it. Other than that, we got a long, slow summer ahead of us, it seems like. Which is good. It gives me time to, like, send some Grand Theft Auto stuff. Apparently, like, we can expect Grand Theft... They narrowed Grand Theft Auto 6's release down to, like, the fall of 2005, so I got, you know... So, currently the plan, send 3 and 4... I mean, 3 in Vice City on the Patreon, send 4 and 5 on YouTube this year. Then next year, I can send Bully, Red Dead Redemption, its DLC on the Patreon, and then also not Resident Evil, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. So, finally getting those out of the way. Hellblade 2 comes out in like 5 days, and Microsoft hasn't marketed it all. I thought it was like the 28th that it comes out. Maybe I got the date wrong. Oh well. But yeah, I don't think Microsoft has high hopes for it. It's the 21st? Okay, that's fine with me. I should have the Silent Hill 3 video wrapped up by then, so I can get started on Resident Evil, and then maybe on, that. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Quick thoughts on latest JoJo Lands chapter? I haven't read it yet. I haven't had time. I was finishing up my Silent Hill 3 script, and I didn't want to, like, distract myself too much. Microsoft making bad decisions? Well, that's the thing. They make good decisions that make them money, but they make a lot of bad decisions that piss everyone off too. Never thought of it. House of Dragon had foot fetish stuff? Well, many things do. Like, there's a lot of foot fetishes hidden in entertainment. Just look at all of Nickelodeon from the 90s and 2000s. But I'm just wondering if there's, like, terminology. Look at those grape smashers. That's a good one. Damn, you got a nice set of grape smashers on you, babe. I swear to God I have not smoked any pot tonight, but I've got serious cotton mouth going on, and I don't know why. I'm making all these lip smacking sounds into the microphone. I hate it. Like, how's it going, guys? Don't believe you? Well, you should, because I don't smoke weed. But right now, it's hard for anyone to believe that when I got this much cotton mouth going on. That man is high. Only if I had some edibles. Only if. Good evening, Dartigoons. Hi, not hi, Dart. How you doing, Bigzilla? ASMR? Well, I probably won't be doing ASMR, but I am probably going to be starting the reading channel this year. I'm looking at what I need for it. Take like 6 different blood pressure, and last I saw 150/70. Is that... I'm not really familiar with blood pressure math. Is that good or bad? Key term is you didn't smoke any tonight. I can honestly say I have never effectively smoked any weed. I know that's a weird claim that you probably won't believe, but I did not know how to smoke for like all of my younger years of my life where I would have probably picked up the habit. I thought you just had to pull it into your cheeks and blow it out. It's one of the reasons I never picked up smoking in general. I was too dumb to know how to do it. And by the time I did learn, I had really no interest in it. So I never picked up smoking. It's one of those things where being stupid and not like listening to people tell you to like breathe in kept me safe. Hey, what's up, Minzy? Thank you for the raid. Hope your stream went well. And hope your liver is feeling better too. Didn't arrive too late? No, just starting actually. We're just in like chat mode until I'm ready to begin. Read you boarding manuals, economy class. You know, I'd rather read something a bit more entertaining. You're waiting on results? Well, fingers crossed for them. How was my weekend so far? I've been working. Doesn't really much of a weekend for me. I've got a lot of work to do this month, so but I do have some stuff planned personally for like next month. I'm gonna be going to a Ren fair, and then I'm also gonna go spelunking in a cave, among other things. So I got like a week of relaxation coming up as soon as I get done all my work this month. Well, technically not really a week. It'll be sporadic because I'll still be working during that as well. But I got some cool stuff lined up for myself, like a reset. That sounds fun, not the spelunking. That sounds scary. No, I've seen the videos of people spelunking the same cave. It's like it's a basically a guided tour. But I mean, it's like actual like you are getting down and crawling through like tight spaces and stuff at times, and other things. But it's completely guided and safe. It's just like, hey, do you want? I've never like been into a proper cave like that, so I wanted to give it a shot. I only roll blunts or hit the vape pen. The vapes. Hold a darting. Hey, Spectre, what's up, man? Yeah, I'll take some photos of the spelunking and the Ren Fair for you, chat. Congratulate you for not picking up the smoking habit. It's so I mean, I'm very lucky because my dad was a massive smoker, and my older brother picked up smoking, and he like would give me cigarettes, and I would put them in my mouth and like blow it in, pull it into my cheeks, and then blow it right back out. So I never inhaled the shit. So I never picked up, smoking cigarettes, thankfully. Thank God. And I was also too uncool, and during like high school and middle school when all your friends are smoking to like pass me a cigarette there and teach me how. So I never picked it up there either. I just dodged all the bullets. YouTube started recommending me spelunking vids with high fear moments. YouTube apparently knows I'm going to go see a cave soon. I guess because I searched up caves in my area on Google. YouTube automatically gets to know that. So it's been showing me videos of people dying in spelunking accidents. Maybe it's trying to tell me not to. But it's also primarily like cave diving, accidents where people are like literally in underwater caves, which is far more dangerous. So you asked the other night what's been going on in wrestling lately. So Dwayne Johnson bought his way into the WWE board of directors, and his first order of business was to insert himself into both nights WrestleMania, taking up both main events, throwing a wrench into several storylines, and fans had to borderline revolt to get him to not win the top championship from his real-life cousin, who'd held the belt for 4 years, because Dwayne wanted to make everything about... Wasn't that how he acted back when he was a wrestler to begin with, though? It was always about being very egotistical. He's just, like, sticking to the original character, isn't he? I mean, yeah, it probably sucks for the people watching, but I've always got the impression that was his character. Jesus, see, that would spook me into not... Well, I'm not going cave diving, so you're aware. I'm not strapping on scuba gear and, like, possibly drowning. Do you like Tommy Impala? Any other music artists? I'm not a big music guy, to be perfectly honest with anyone who wants to know. I don't really, like, get attached to too many artists and just, like, listen to them exclusively. I find tunes that I like and listen to them for a bit and then put them in, like, a playlist. But I rarely actually get, like, really into one particular artist. It just doesn't work that way in my head. This game is The Last of Us. Why is there The Last of Us 2? Aha, this man is figuring out, the issue with the title. And if it's The Last of Us, why are there other people? You do the same thing. But this was real life. It was pissy. Warner Brothers wouldn't... Well, his ego is gone, probably actually... His actual ego now probably surpasses that of the Rock wrestling character from the 2000s, because he's become such a big movie success. So that's probably the reason. I heard too many horror stories exploring caves. Like I said, I'm not going into like an unknown cave, and it's also a completely like guided tour as well. They give you the equipment and they like lead you through it and like show you around, and it's completely safe. Don't worry about it. I ain't gonna be getting I ain't gonna be getting entombed in a cave, chat. And if I do, it's one interesting way. Joel, as soon as Tess died, it's over, Ellie. We are the last of us. Did he actually ever say that? My memory of the first game ain't so great. I don't think anyone ever said The Last of Us, the title dropped, did they? Internet historian cave video intensifies. Well, I'm not caving alone either. It's an entire group thing. He never says that. I didn't think he did. You like the movie? I Know What You Did Last Summer. The sequel should have been called Know What You Did from 2 summers ago. Well, that movie shouldn't have really had a lot of those horror movies didn't need sequels. It's more of a walking tour in a hole in the ground. Well, no, you are doing actual caving stuff of like crawling through narrow spaces and like, it's not just like you've got a handrail on you. It is a legitimate caving experience of you like getting down on your knees, crawling through like narrow tunnels and a few other things. It's just that it's a completely known and well-used cave now. It's like you can literally buy your access to it. It's not like just some random hole in the ground in the woods. But you have like a guide who shows you through it. Dart's going there to turn into a bat. You know what? Of all the animals I could want to turn into, bat would be near the top of the list. Bats are cool, alright? I've always felt that. They get a bad rep. Looks like this is going to be a case for Resident Evil 1 remake. They're going to show it on the anniversary. I mean, if they do, I mean, hey, it's cool. It still, like, holds up my theory that they're not going to be remaking Code Veronica. Though I would assume 5 would have been the one they remake first, but alright. You would never skydive? I never want to skydive. I have no desire to do that. Did you claim the rare moo? You did, I believe. Some people forget the rare moo is a thing. It's been around for so long. I like Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways save theme. It's heavenly. Listen to it. You'll love it. Well, all of Separate Ways is really good, for the most part. It's just weird that they, like, make Ada try to be more like Resident Evil OG, Resident Evil 4 OG Leon and do all of his weird, like moments. That's what I mentioned in the DLC video for it anyways. Usually by the time I try to redeem it, someone else has beat me to it. Well, your night to shine, girl. When will they remake Gun Survivor? Is there still a market for light gun games? I don't think there is, really. Maybe in like arcades still. Heard they're gonna remake Resident Evil. That seems to be the rumor of the day. I'm not sure where it comes from, but you know what? I guess we'll find out soon. The bigger question is, if they do remake Resident Evil 1, will they keep the precious, precious meme lines in there? You, the master of unlocking. What a mansion. Hope this isn't Chris's blood. Almost a gibble. We can all, like, belt those out without even thinking about them, can't we? We all know them by heart. Well, I suppose a Resident Evil 1 remake will be able to solve the issue of, like, it's weird that you can have, it's both canon, both campaigns are canon, even though that can't be the case, since one of them is locked up the entire time. So they'll probably have, like, Jill and Chris doing something more like Resident Evil 2. I have this. You know, they actually repeated that line in the Revelations 2 game. This time they'll stick exactly to the PS1 plot. If there ever was a game that was made for VR, it's Resident Evil 1's Mansion. I mean, when you think about it, RE1 is just a big escape room. Very big escape room. Alright, let me just do this real quick. Boom. How'd you enjoy the Snatcher, by the way? I mean, it's awkward as hell to play, but you know what? Seeing, like, elements of, like, Kojima style pop up in, like, the 80s and very early 90s before he got big doing Metal Gear Solid, I mean, was interesting to see. And the plot was, for the most part, pretty intriguing. If not, just really weird and stupid. Ada is the best Resident Evil character. She needs her own new game. You know, it's kind of weird they've never made Ada, like, an actual, like, playable main. She's always, like, a DLC character. It's actually weird that there's no VR Resident Evil game. Wait. Well, I'm assuming you're meaning there's no VR only game, because they have, like, released VR modes for, like, the Resident Evil 4, 7, and 8. Cheap viewers on stream. Oh, look at that, a bot. Look at that bot trying to sell viewers. Get out of here. Get out of here. Good job, moderator. Snatcher was great fun. It was definitely trippy. I wonder if Police Knots is more trippy than it, though. Cute little bot. Well, a cute little bot wanted to, like, sell me viewers. Which is not how you do this. Not how you do it at all. I need to get a haircut, chat. My hair is getting too long. Specifically on the top of my head. And to brush it on my face too often. Police Knots was where Meryl with her foxhound tattoo first appeared. That's what I've always heard, yeah. FF14 is doing great, but FF16 and 17 Rebirth didn't. I'm sure the FF7 and 16 didn't, like, underperform. They just didn't, like, hit the sky-high levels that Square Enix wanted for them. But I've talked about this issue before. It's just that Square Enix has, like, too high of expectations for itself. Seems like the plan is to not stick to Sony only in the future. That's probably for the best, actually. I would hope they go with that. They need to release those games, like, day one on multiple platforms. You don't want to have boy band young Justin Bieber bowl cut hair. Well, I have more like a fade. It's like short on the sides and back and longer on the top. But it's getting a little too long on the top right now, so I'm gonna get it trimmed up. I have a feeling they're not gonna remove co-op elements from RE5. I don't know. Co-op for single player isn't the big was a big draw at the time. It's not that big now. So there's really no point in doing it that way. Press X for Jason. Maybe one day I'll replay through Heavy Rain or the memes. Phoenix Wright never would have lost that. Hottest male and female RE characters, huh? Boy, that's a great game. Your favorite Quantum Break dream game is Heavy Rain. It's my favorite to make fun of. I still need to play. Oh yeah, I do need to, like, find time and also get it working to play David Cage's first game. That is gonna be difficult though. That game is a nightmare to play through. Omicron the Nomad Soul. Oh god, I'm dreading it. I'm dreading it so goddamn much. But I gotta do these classic Sin videos now, baby. Finally got a reason, an excuse. You started playing Detroit. It's your first David Cage experience. Ironically, that's probably his best game in terms of actual writing. Even though it's still got a bunch of his, like, weirdness in it. Haven't heard anything since that. What, Omicron the Nomad Soul? You know, I'd be like, me and David Cage, we got history. That being, I've sinned all of his games in, like, well, pretty hard. But only one remains. Indigo Prophecy, you already did that one? That was the first one I sinned, actually. It's one of the very early videos of mine. Also, 100 bits from Musical Pumpkin. What is the song of the Morning Birds? Today, ladies and gentlemen, pray tell. Not sure what this is a reference to, but I just read it for you. Just play the Dreamcast version. I'm sorry for even suggesting that. I mean, I have it on PC, but I believe it's a little difficult to get it to work properly, so I'll have to look into some options, maybe. I mean, I could play the Pakistani GameCube version of Yumin. How do you hold up at horror games? Perfectly fine. They don't really affect me. I like horror games, but I don't get scared by them. I don't want to make that seem like some humble brag. It just, I've played too many of them, so whatever their tricks are, I'm just completely used to. The last time I legitimately felt some dread in a horror game was the first time I ever played Amnesia: The Dark Descent. And I remember the opening of the game did unnerve me a bit. But that was honestly the last time I can think. I mean, you can jump scare me. That's like a human reaction, to be startled by a loud noise and something jumping in front of your face. But getting that sense of, like, dread and foreboding out of me just doesn't happen anymore. Let's see. It'll break one sin for every jump scare. It'll break records. In which game? Let's see. Detroit Become Human has a soft spot in my heart for some reason. I actually like Detroit Become Human. It's one of the few games where your choices do dramatically change how things go about. There are a few many games promise that, but few actually deliver in the way that one did. Star Wipe crimes. I retired the Star Wipe, joke back with the Resident Evil 7 chat. I haven't used it since. Boo. You got me. That easy. Thankfully, I don't really have any phobias as well. None that I know of anyways. Has there ever been a reason or explanation for why they like to focus on windows in these Last of Us games? I never got the, like, why is it just like, here's a window? From what I heard about Resident Evil 1, it's going to be like the same thing from the remakes 1, 2, 3. I mean, yeah, I'd hope so. That's what I would, which one prefer? Leave the first person stuff for the new games. Not afraid of anything, will look behind you. Look, I didn't say that, I just in video games. 100 bits from Musical Pumpkin. They are referencing the window the series was thrown out of. You know what? I congratulate you, sir. You took that just weird, baseless question of mine and turned it into something nice. It's cinematic. I don't know. I mean, we all have windows in our house. They're not that cinematic. So usually, especially if you can't even see what's on it. Window represents hope, future, and other sides in the Last of Us games. I mean, I guess that's how you can look at it. It's one of those things where you're just meant to interpret, I suppose. Because The Last of Us 2 ends on a window and it ain't exactly hopeful. Let them flex their lighting. Hey, this is the PS4 version. Ain't that as impressive as that newfangled remake, I believe. What do you know about the new Resident Evil 9? As much as you that it's in development and has been in development for like 8 years now. And it may be open world. That's it. Nothing else. We'll have to wait and see. Ellie definitely gonna die? Gonna die? I mean, well... Maybe you won't even play as Ellie in the new game, if they ever make it, which I'm assuming they will. Be a complete Abby game. Give everyone what they truly want. It's like, we heard you guys really love Abby, so here's an entire game with her. I think the window might just be a reference to the first trailer for the game, since it starts by panning away from a window. That could be a reach. I don't know, the way that both... First, this game opens with this on this window at the beginning of it in the intro, or I guess it's just right now, and how the second game ends on a window shot makes me think they think windows are kind of like a theme. And the dagger is in the window, but not in the window in 2. What does it mean? What does it mean? Minigame with her bench pressing 1 ton. The girl could do it. Have you seen those arms? How's everyone this evening? Hey, Montezuma, welcome back, man. How you doing? You already know what's going to happen in Resident Evil 9 and storyline? You got some contacts, I will admit. They don't have the guts to make a whole game based on how you say that, but yeah, they're like, well, did you hear what Chris Player said? He said we're pussies. You've doomed us all. This DLC is so much better than the show's version. Did they cover the DLC in the show? I'm assuming they did. Keep in mind, I have not watched The Last of Us TV show. But I wouldn't be surprised, given the subject matter. Ellie's knife, and it's only in the window after you beat the story. Easy. You know what? Chat, I think we're ready to begin. I think that's enough of a warm-up. So this should only take like 2.5 hours to get through, so... Could end up ending maybe in a slightly shorter stream than normal, but hey, it is what it is. But... We're going to be playing this for the potential DLC Sin video I might be making next month. It's either going to be this or Resident Evil 8's DLC. Haven't decided which. Might put it to a poll on the Patreon, actually, to see what people would prefer. But, you know, plenty of good options. It'll make a good one regardless. I'm ready for some kids in a hellscape. Well, you're ready for some kids in a mall, I think, is what they're actually in. Let's go to new game, please. Would you like to see tutorial pop-ups? It has been a while since I played a Last of Us game, so yeah, sure. I've got a plan there. You know, they're supposedly, speaking of Red Dead Redemption,
Fireflies?
supposedly they're finally bringing that to PC.
Who the fuck are these guys?
Oh, my spleen!
Stay the fuck back! Joel. Put your arm around me. Come on. I think we're safe. Joel?
So do they still use the same engine in the new PS5 version of this game, or they just like look the same, only different faces?
Get up, get up, get up.
This is the PS4 version,
tell
not
me what to do.
PS3. But the PS4 version is just like the better PS3 version.
Joel!
Oof, still hurts. Same engine, same game. I know they just made the models look more like they are from Last of Us 2, I believe. I find that would be a tasteless joke in this world.
Riley?
Ow. I landed on my hip.
What the hell? I thought I was bitten.
I know. It was kind of awesome.
I mean, you probably spend like every night wondering
You're
if
not
that's going to
gonna
happen
kill
to
me,
you.
are you?
Only have some asshole wake you up that way.
I haven't seen you, and I don't even know how long.
45 days. Well, 46, technically. Want to know what I've been up to?
All this time, I thought you were dead.
Yeah. Here. Look.
No way.
Still no roommate? I had to sleep under Liz for 3 years, and you know how bad that girl smelled.
You're a firefly.
Oh,
You
Polaroids,
still
huh?
have it up. What?
Chad, I can't even tell you the last time I saw Polaroid film in real
I'm sure
life,
I don't get
but
caught with
apparently there's
Firefly.
like massive stores of it held somewhere, so they
There
can
are
be
no
used for
soldiers on the
apocalypse
entire
settings.
Here.
Like the
congrats.
nukes are
Hey.
dropped. Open up the Polaroid stocks. Memories must be recorded
Are we cool?
in a in a specific way.
I disappeared and you're mad. And I owe you an explanation.
Shake it like
Let's
a
get out of here and I'll
Polaroid.
tell you all about it.
It's almost morning, and I have military drills. You know, where we learn how to kill fireflies.
Put some pants on and let's go.
Polaroids are coming back. It could happen. There's a lot of like love for like analog things these days, like vinyls and Polaroids.
When
But
have we ever gotten into trouble?
this game was came up before that trend. So maybe it's oh.
Come on, give me something. Fuck! Oh, here we go.
You know, I'm willing to bet you could make something really deadly out of those spoons if you tape a
Which one you
pair of
said?
scissors to it.
Jesus.
With duct tape? Okay, she's gonna use it. Okay. Say, just put some duct tape over it. I'm pretty certain that's gonna be like too tight and cut off circulation though. Yeah, you forgot to use some WD-40.
Should buy us some time. Find something to stitch you
Watch
up.
your language. No, her swearing a lot is one of the more endearing things.
Callus, keep an eye on him.
I'm just a horse bitch. What do you expect me to do? I'm gonna run if there's any loud noises. I tried to like moo like a cow instead of neigh like a horse.
I'll be back in a flash. Promise.
If you want anything from me, you give me my oat bag. Or a particularly nice carrot.
I totally got this. Alright.
Let's see if I remember how to play these games. Gun with no ammo.
Damn it.
The knife. Crouch. Alright. And we got no supplies. Like the golden carrots and hey, just a horse ain't that picky. I actually own a hard copy of this game. This ain't digital, so I can hear my PS4 getting very loud. Like there's a nice whine going on over there. Came out in 2013. I think the PS3 game did. This is the PS4 version that came out once they launched it. Why are you doing this to yourself? What, playing a... hey, Last of Us is a pretty good game. But I'm doing this because I'm going to make a DLC sin video on this for the Patreon. So gotta stock the footage of it, you know? I mean, do you really think it's painful to play The Last of Us 1? It ain't that bad. Yeah, come on now. We may not like The Last of Us 2, but this game's still good. Turn off the flashlight, you heathen. Wait, is this a thing? You're supposed to not use the flashlight? He's using the flashlight. Ugh. There's nothing down here. Flashlight can alert. There's no enemies yet, though. And you're thinking of, like, clickers, too, generally. No, nothing? No rewards for my exploration yet? Like they forgot I'm playing a video game. Huh.
Shit.
Last of Us 2, more like that Last of Us, a blue, ha ha ha. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Where's my rewards at? I don't know, what are you being rewarded for? I feel like I'm gonna see that statue move if I keep looking at it. Spectre throwing all the shade. I kind of expect if people throw some shade tonight at, The Last of Us. It's a bit of a target. Shoot at the statue, ain't got no bullets. Gun is in clicky mode. Repeat, in clicky mode, whatever that means. Yeah, you didn't run out of bullets, it's just in click mode. It's a new way of infantizing, guns. Hint L3. What's the hint? Enter the apartment. Okay, gotcha. I was heading that direction. Oh, there's a pharmacy over there. Brick. You can do a lot of things with life with a brick, chat. A lot of uses for a brick. before we... There's another brick. That's another brick. Oh, how can I carry one brick?
Locked.
Hmm. Arc throw by pressing R2. Throw with R2. Line fire throw by pressing just R2.
What the hell? Did you just swallow the pills and leave the bottle?
You know, this is like 2 or 3 decades after all this medicine would have gone bad. I don't think you want to feed this to Joel.
Anything? Anything? Nothing.
What was that DVD of? She's gonna like get this guy a bottle of estrogen and I know what it is.
Come on. Of course. Everything's picked clean.
Like, here, this will help you, Joel. Please read. Pharmacist went crazy and attacked me. I hit him pretty hard.
He's got something on him.
He's unconscious. Locked him up in the American Princess store next door. Please get him help. Combination 35 30 31.
Oh, come on. First aid kit. How the fuck do I get inside?
People enjoy The Last of Us 2, that's fine. It's just not my thing. I agree completely. Oh, fuck yeah. Broken scissors. The meme returns. One of the memes I feel I kind of created. In this world where everyone broke their scissors apart before the end of the world, only the smart know how to use them to survive. Again, there should be 2 scissors in there. Don't know why we only get 1. My old complaints stand, chat. They stand. Hope you find ammo before you get to that door. I don't believe you do. That's kind of the idea, though. Last of Us 2 combat is good, just the story. Yeah, I've said before, the gameplay of Last of Us 2 is pretty solid. The pacing is a little off because there's so much more plot.
35 right, 3 left, 31 right. That worked.
I still think it's just hilarious that there's like, in The Last of Us 1, you make your machete better by just like duct taping a pair of, like a piece of scissors to it. Like, how does that work, game? You're so logical, but then you do that.
Shit, spores. If you're gonna jump out at me, go ahead and fucking do it.
Mm. Yeah, whoever's in here, I think they've already been like encrusted. We don't have to worry about them too much.
God, yuck. Oh, man. Don't come to life, don't come to life. Nothing. Where is it? Ah, key. Okay. key. Pharmacy.
Pharmacist's note. He had a wife, and she was goofy. Scissors on the machete are for the extra. Some haircut. Next Last of Us game will be a prequel of what Joel did before he met Ellie. What would be the story there, though? There's R1 to focus Ellie's hearing. Oh. Oh, we got a knife. We're good. No, chat, I think the next Last of Us game is going to switch over to sci-fi. It'll take place in the future and they'll be in space. Trust me, it's going to work. It's the best option.
Yes. No. Oh. A military helicopter. That's gotta have something. Hang in there, Joel.
Huh. This game will be from David's POV. How he came to be. You know what? We gotta learn about the murder, like, pedophile cannibals, point of view. How do we know he wasn't actually a good person before all that went down? This game is a meth head simulator? That is an excellent way of describing it, actually. You know, I gotta say, this is not a very secure gate. You could easily just reach through the bars and well, maybe it's rusted shut. But there's nothing stopping you from just reaching your hand through there and undoing the bar. The slide bolt. Still hanging on to my Abby golfing sim I did. You know what? We used to get all these, like, spin-offs of games like kart racers, golf. I think we need to actually adopt that idea. I don't care if it be tasteless. Before I go through that, let me check around a bit. Checking around, done. Can't go that way. Also, first time chatter from Little Rock. Remember how Kratos was in a golfing game? Remember how when Kratos was in the PlayStation All-Stars game? That was even more whacked out. I feel like there was another little area there I can check out. You still like that game? I don't think it did particularly well, did it? Anything here? Nope. I'm going to have to go buy so I can get, go and cook. Hey, have a good time, man. And thanks for being here, Abdullah. Maybe I'll see you next time. Is this me, or am I a bit tired of seeing constant crossovers in modern games? Have there been... What are the constant crossovers we've been getting? I can't think of many, to be honest with you. But then again, maybe you're just playing different games than me. Oh yeah, broken scissors, baby. Give it here. Daddy needs a better machete. What's up, Courage? How you doing today, man? They canceled the supposed Last of Us multiplayer game, didn't they? We could have gotten the Last of Us live service game. But they said, you know, they were cowards. I saw too many other live service games failing, and that's not gonna be us. I wonder if the failure of the Suicide Squad game is like made a lot of like current publishers and developers have cold sweats about making another live service game.
Yeesh.
Because if Rocksteady can fail that hard at doing it, that means anyone can.
No sutures. Well, at least I can use this.
It's like the heel. Zoom in. Chief Warrant Officer Larry Caulfield died bravely this afternoon. We were flying back to the OZ when our patient turned. Must have been spores because none of us saw the bite. The patient broke through the restraints and fell upon our pilot, W.O. Sean Brendan. Even with the helicopter spinning out of control, Officer Caulfield fought the infected patient, saving our lives. We crashed in a rural Colorado mall. Private Eugene Ellis, Officer Caulfield, and I were the only survivors. Subduing the infected, Officer Caulfield was bitten on the neck. He immediately showed us the bite and accepted his fate. I executed the infection protocol before Officer Caulfield could turn into an infected. May you rest in peace. Some crossovers make sense, but of it getting out of hand, too big of a world full of too many different characters can become very muddled, I agree. You can only keep track of so many characters in your mind before you just lose interest. Vault the railing to drop to the ground wall.
Here we go.
You jump back into the path.
Hurry! Up here! Oh, man. That was close, huh? You're kind of fast there. I'm impressed.
Thanks.
Well, come on. Up we go.
I do feel like this DLC
So,
weirdly
how
feels
did you
more like
find
The
them?
Last of Us 2 than
The
it does The
Firefly?
Last of Us 1.
Yeah.
Did anyone else get that feeling?
Remember that firefly you bit and stole his gun?
Yeah, I remember him.
That's Trevor. I saw him walking down the street, so I tailed his ass.
Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I get a distinctly Last of Us 2 flavor from the DLC, The Last of Us 1, than I do from the original Last of Us 1.
To Marlene.
Mainly it's just the
Were
pacing
you
issue.
scared?
Terrified. I thought this time she would actually shoot me. But instead, she just says, "What took you so long?" She was expecting me.
And she just made you a firefly?
Something like that.
See what you mean? Yeah, that definitely like
That
with
whole
the
almost
slower
killing me
pacing
was
and like
intense.
slower drip of like,
She
hey,
wanted to know I was committed.
this ain't that kind of game anymore. There is like a trend for like a lot of developers. They want to make something more like a movie and more narrative focus, so they like delay the gratification of gameplay longer. It's because this was first when one of the main heads behind The Last of Us 2 started her work on this DLC. Yeah, it's probably what I was thinking of as well. But you know, I just get the feeling that a lot of this was used as a test board almost to like how they're gonna like make The Last of Us 2. Might be worth mentioning a DLC sim video for it. You only played The Last of Us 1 for a few hours, but that was a slow game for me. Yeah, it's not it ain't like an Uncharted where it's like very fast paced, but it definitely had like The Last of Us 2 is much slower in comparison. Hero.
Speak of the devil.
They paced the
asked
second
about
game as
him.
well as this one. The random
Really?
flashback segments in 2
She says
definitely
you
could have
remind
worked.
her of your mom.
Yeah, I've said before that the pacing
She'd know
of
more than
2
me.
was way worse than 1's. 1 had like that near perfect pacing that is so hard to achieve. What kind of TV is this, by the way? It's like flat screen, but the bevels are just so freaking thick. What do you do? What's up, Green? How you doing, man?
Come on,
Your second favorite beetle, huh?
we're making good time.
I like how good video games have progressively gotten to making scummy environments. You can tell, you can almost like judge a graphic engine by how well it does just scum. Like, yeah, it's filth. Filth is like the high bar for very good graphics. I mean, it's true, you don't see too many games that brag about how clean everything looks, except for Mirror's Edge.
Who do you hang out with these days?
I don't know. No one really.
You can feel the grunge.
What about Tino and the rest of the guys? How are they doing?
Riley, those are your friends.
You wonder what the deal with
Why
that
didn't you talk to
F-15
them?
was? It was in development hell for far too long, and
Yeah, I
eventually
guess.
Square Enix just said, hey, finish this damn game already. We'll even make it a proper Final Fantasy game. We already do need to see the yellow piss stains you see under... I mean, hey, I can't believe it if I don't see that detail. Eventually, I need to be able to smell it.
Have you found the light yet?
Oh, har har.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend your people.
Had some thick flat screens
So
back in the
what?
day. I have a 2008
You buy
Sharp
into this
TV,
whole
and the
thing now?
bevel's insane compared to
All
the
I
more
know
modern
is that I'm
TVs.
not a soldier.
I guess I just didn't own an HD TV then, so I never, never got used to the really, chunky flat screens. Did you know that the people are realizing that Larry David is the reason why Seinfeld was funny? I gotta be honest with you, I've never watched Seinfeld in my life. Mainly because I never found it funny. Maybe that makes me a bad person, I don't know. There's some hardcore Seinfeld fans out there. But I don't really, whatever. Like, people's, opinions change on stuff. It's one of the biggest, most successful TV comedies of all time. So it had to be doing something right. I also didn't find Friends that entertaining or funny either. I'm not really into sitcoms, if we're being honest with things.
You've run into more infected?
As part of my initiation, they actually made me kill this. You know, let's talk about something
What's up,
else.
Polygraph? How you doing?
All right.
I don't think you have to really find supplies when you're playing in the flashback, do you?
Oh shit, hi!
Man, sorry. I'm a bit jumpy lately. Careful, it's wet.
Hey, so maybe I should join the Fireflies.
Ellie, that was the first thing I asked Marlene. She wants you safe at that stupid school. I'm not even supposed to come see you.
Why does she care?
She's worried I'll get you into trouble.
Whatever.
Did you watch
get into
any
trouble
shows
just
you
fine
found
now.
funny as a kid?
Oh,
I found plenty of things funny as a kid, yeah. But I still find plenty of things funny these days. But I was like, for a time, I was really into Simpsons. When I was like real little, I liked watching The Simpsons. There's plenty of like cartoons. I was like very easily entertained. Okay, there's nothing really up here. Glad to know your sitcom dislike is validated. Yeah, I've never really liked much of anything that has a laugh track. It always seemed like really bizarre to me. It's like if you have to be told when something's funny, it probably ain't all that funny. Hey, Death Note, thank you for the 8-month streak, man. Hi, Dart, how you doing? What you been up to? You need to start
Hey,
pulling
remember the
scratch and
first time I
sniff
brought you
packs with
here?
games.
What are we doing here, Riley?
You only
have
get
a
that if you
surprise
pay
for you.
$100 for the game, though.
What?
Is it a dinosaur?
Maybe.
I'll be your friend again if it's a dinosaur.
He'll just have to wait and see.
But honestly, once YouTube came around and I got onto YouTube and started checking that out, I really just like drifted away from television and like syndicated entertainment and found like, you know, just user created stuff more funny than anything they ever make.
You still saving up for that vacation?
Every penny. You?
Every penny.
Elliot, I got a plan.
Hey, what if we end up picking?
We'll kill some
Hello,
clickers,
surfing in
make
LA?
some cash, go to Hawaii.
That's right. Surfing in LA. Come on, let's keep going.
Panda Patrol. Coming to you from DreamWorks. Didn't the last, like, Kung Fu Panda movie suck? Or at least I heard people saying it sucked. Hey, can I move a bit faster, video game? Got a plan, but with Chadley. Chadley has all plans. It was hella mid, hella mid. Used hella to describe it. That means it really was. I mean, once it's really, I think it's really hard to keep a series going at 4 movies long. Like, it seems like they always suffer from a drop-off or a loss in quality. You lack imagination. I almost said imagination. You lack. I'm coming up with new words tonight, chat. You lack imagination. It's kind of like also with Toy Story. Toy Story really needed to end with a 3rd movie. It didn't need all these new ones it's been getting. And it sure as hell didn't need whatever that like Buzz Lightyear movie was. Good news, everyone. I mean bad news. You quoting Futurama in here? In my stream?
I can't believe Winston's gone.
You heard?
Yeah.
One of those movies
Do
you
you know
could
how it
guess
happened?
literally every plot point. I'll be honest, I thought Kung Fu Panda 2 was pretty mid as well.
They said he just fell off his horse. Heart attack or something.
Man. Well, how many people get to die of natural causes in this world?
None that I know of.
Exactly. So, let's see what he left us.
They're making a
Really?
5th Toy Story. Yeah, a fifth unnecessary Toy Story. Whatever's popular. Pixar used to be such a, like a really good company though for making movies. I don't know what happened. Were they that corrupted by Cars' success? Shut up and take my money. Hey, Little Rock TTV, thank you for the 1,000 bits, man. What's the occasion for? Other than you just really, really liking me. Executives don't like taking risk anymore. Well, that's because they have such high expectations
Ellie,
for how
help
much
me lift
money
this.
something has to make. They can only like take a risk if it's a sure bet, which means like franchise everyone already knows. When you have to spend $100 to $300 million making something, yeah, you damn right they're gonna be
We
cautious.
don't have a lot of time here.
Hey, Chad, do you know how much a steel beam like that weighs?
Fine. I'll go first.
More than these two are gonna be lifting. That's how much.
You know what? How about we find another way?
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm
Sounds
a bit
good.
delayed in asking this, but did you say you live in a midget nation? Okay, I want you to give me a definition of what midget nation is, because I want to know what's in your head. You tell me what a midget nation is and where you could find it on Earth. Come from the midget nation.
Hey, look. There's an opening over here.
I know, I believe I'm from the U.S., but you know what? I will definitely consider vacationing in the midget nation.
All right, be careful in there.
When am I not?
You can't say that anymore. I was just reading it off the, the chat. I wasn't the one who came up with it.
Well, you see anything? Riley?
Thank God you're the master of unlocking.
You dick! That's 2 times today!
How the hell did we never find this place? Come on, I got the perfect mask for you.
Riley,
Perfect.
Apologize for inciting you to read politically incorrect words. Too late, you've already got my stream banned. Go on, Ellie. You know you can't resist the call of the fur.
Check it out.
what is that, like a wolf man or something?
Put it on.
How's this girl not got accidentally shot already?
So stupid.
Considering how much she likes just like scaring people in a situation where you probably shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, she should have been shot already.
Now roar.
Oh, I gotta do something?
Roar.
Roar.
Ellie, really? Fucking roar.
Come on. Let the wolf inside of you out.
There she is.
Now, get on your knees
Now
and
let's
walk
see what
toward
else
me.
this place has.
I've got a leash for... The furry has been awoken, chat. It's too late. You only do that one time and it's forever.
Ask Skelliseer a question and shake for your fortune. Okay? Are we gonna die today? Nothing. What a jip.
You gotta turn it over, genius.
Oh. Seems dreadfully unlikely. Ah! Whew! What a relief.
Do another.
Will I drive a car again? I feel it in my bones. Alright. Are we ever leaving this stupid quarantine zone? The answer is in limbo. So there's a chance.
Tell me, Skull. Tell me your
Will we ever
secrets.
get our water guns back? The spirit nods yes. Ah, you hear that? Says we're getting our water guns back.
Let them go, Ellie. Let them go.
Speak thy wisdom.
Am I ever gonna get to play a video game? Your chances are dismal. Fuck you, Skull.
Should have been like, yes, but it's Roblox. And only Roblox. Or Fortnite.
Am I ever getting boobs or what?
Now that's a question.
The spirits are quiet. Ugh, of course they are. Will Riley ever stop sucking at poker?
I can hear you, you know.
The signs aren't clear. Up! There's still hope for you.
No, I've given up on that. You can have poker.
Are you a butt face? I am dead certain it is true. Well, that settles it then.
All out of questions. You have the secrets of the universe at the palm of your hands and you only have like a dozen questions.
Let me see this. Will Ellie ever be as funny as me?
Oh, please. I'm like 10 times funnier than you.
He
Girl, you had a
said,
joke book in the
"Not
first game.
in this existence." Hey, wasn't me. Skelliseer said it.
Well, Skelliseer can suck my dick.
Nice, Ellie.
Thanks. You're welcome.
What can be an angry bird?
Oh, triple phoenix.
Back to where a polygraph. Have a good day, man. Thanks for being here.
What do you think? Adorable. Why, thank you, kind pigeon.
Let us not leave yet. Where they keep, you know, what kind of costume do we really need? There we go. You're upset that you see no Jason mask? I wonder if that's actually copyright, even though it's just a hockey mask.
Ha 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 ha! The ruby slippers! What have you done with them? Oh my, Toto! What will we do? Oh man.
Have you, Chad, have you noticed this is like Naughty Dog's thing now? Where they just have like little rooms where you get pick up toys and play with them in their games? They start, the first one was Uncharted 4, I believe, or maybe this is DLC. I'm not sure which one did it first.
I don't get it.
You don't want to know how these latex masks smell? You know, I hadn't thought of that before. But you make a solid point. 20 years in a mold-ridden, run-down mall ain't gonna be good for the internals. Is there a way of jingling the keys in front of our eyes? Yeah, it is really is just like a moment like, you know what? Here, just like look at funny stuff for a few minutes. And now a bunch of other developers have started copying it, I've noticed.
There's some friends of yours over here. Those masks are even cooler.
Can't wear them, they're too high.
What? Vampires are like my thing.
Wait, could I have worn that? Shit, I'll let her get to it first.
I am Count Dracula.
Well, actually, Countess.
I am Countess Dracula.
Yeah.
Hey, can you give me some Dracula flow? This top shelf Zaza got me speaking Esperanto over here.
True horror tales, accounts of real monsters and spirits.
No Dracula flow? What good are you then? This would be funnier. They don't let them get high into the second game, you realize. Alright. See, the thing is, chat, this, I can't really believe this costume store is real because I see nothing licensed. There's no, like, Disney costumes. You know there'd be tons of Disney costumes, among other things.
More vampires. Guess I'm in the mood.
I think we've played with everything in this room for a bit. Time to move on.
I got an idea.
Gotta keep that copyright budget low. Yeah, but you know, what about my immersion? My immersion has no price.
See those cars down there?
Yeah.
Red one's yours, I'll be blue. We throw bricks. Whoever breaks all the windows to their car wins.
Are you kidding me? I'm like the Brickmaster.
Right. Loser has to answer a question. No sarcasm.
What is this, truth or truth? Alright, fool. You're on.
Hide. Ha!
Boosh!
No one says boosh anymore, girl. A little behind the times and with your terminology.
And that's how you do it.
She's over here pretending she's a millennial. No wonder she's annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you like that? Stop.
All that developing third world country sense of fun.
Bullseye! Last one. Fuck.
Fuck.
What? Yes! Brick fucking master!
My car had tougher windows.
Yeah, whatever, loser. Alright, question time.
I'm scared.
Halloween themed, obviously, which means the outbreak started during the Halloween season. I would assume that's the idea. Did Marlene mention my mom? Why did you lash out?
Okay. Before you left, why did you lash out on me?
I needed some space.
You
to
can't say
figure this
third
stuff
world
out.
developing country. Should we all just be mutes from
Told
now
you
on
that.
to be careful?
You wouldn't leave me alone.
Yeah, because I cared about you.
I know. I do. Look, that's the past. And we're here now. So, come on. Let me just show you this thing. We're almost there.
You didn't know The Last of Us had DLC? Yep. It was kind of like this feels more, the Last of Us 1's DLC was kind of setting the stage for how The Last of Us 2 would play. That being slower. But it'll make a
What are you
nice
doing here?
DLC sin video, I think, though.
Creeping me out.
So, you know how we thought they only powered certain areas of the city?
Yeah.
Follow me.
So I'm assuming that was her girlfriend? Well, by the end of it, yes. Major Banks, this will be my third request in as many weeks for additional patrols in my area. The Hartford QZ falling apart, the city has been inundated with refugees, many of which are coming through the mall because of the lack of soldiers over there. These people are desperate, and in most cases they enter the city infected. As you've seen from my reports, I had to neutralize 3 stage 1s just last week. Those resources are scarce, but if we don't get more security, I'm afraid that this mall will get overrun in a matter of fuck. Fuckity fuck. You're not going to listen to a word of this. No one would write that down like that, by the way. Forever your lackey, Sergeant Winston Asher. It's like, why complete it and even like sign the letter if you're not even going to send it? Sir, we're an hour in. I see lesbians, but where are the zombies? We've killed one so far. Look, The Last of Us is more important than just zombies, you realize. It's also about deep social commentary. And also scrounging for supplies. And wearing masks and being, just a kid.
So, turns out, the whole city has power. They just flipped the circuit breakers. All you gotta do is flip it back.
There's no way this is gonna work.
What did I tell you?
Wait, so the whole mall is lit up?
Let's go find out.
Good thing they installed nothing but LEDs in this mall before everything went to shit. And all the years of moisture and mildew didn't do any damage.
You ready to see this?
Wait, I know what you're trying to do, and I'm really glad that you're not dead. I mean, I'm glad that we're back together, and
I didn't mean it. All that stuff I said before I left. I didn't mean any of it.
Riley, you're such a sap.
Bet you started it.
Oh, man.
Are you ready?
Totally. Are you kidding?
The lesbians of us, come now. We're not so crass. Joel took a pipe to the gut earlier. Piece of rebar, pipe, whichever one it was. You know what? Yeah, I'd rather have more brick. Rather have more brick in this situation. This Baja Blast. The Baja... Yeah, alright, congratulations on a new way of, you know, making a joke out of this game's name. Never heard that one before, actually. More scissors, please. More scissors. Real debate is brick versus bottle. I think brick is uniformly better than bottle in all situations. Got more weight to it, it'll still cause distractions if you need be. Chat, are you on team bottle or team brick? Whose side? Choose wisely. Gun. Is this reloaded automatically? I guess so. I guess I'll find out when I try to shoot it. Going with team brick. Good choice. Excellent choice of it. It says right there to hit R2 when not aiming to reload. Oh, well. Look at you with a pair of functioning eyeballs. Why don't you rub it in, brag about it? Maybe I've got glaucoma or like your early cataracts. You wouldn't know. You just insulted me. Gun is no longer in clicky mode. I know click mode has been turned off. Man, where did I see that door at? You need new eyes. Everybody needs new eyes eventually. One day, chat, you'll be like so blind from like little floaters in your eyeballs, they'll drive you mad.
Oh, God.
Shoot the cat. We don't have birds in this game, gotta like test it on the cat. Sorry for those of you who are really gonna be sad about this. What does you owning Cadillacs have to do with you having poor vision? You know what? Excellent question from someone who didn't hear what I said. I'll pretend that that's the truth, though.
Come on. All right.
Only you were a cat, Ellie.
Oh my god, that's freezing.
Yeah, actually, good point. This is like the winter. This would probably kill you. Walking in waist-deep water in the open cold.
Jesus! Are you trying to kill me?
Like, this is gonna be a little bit more than it's like, ooh, that's cold. This could be like struggling to shiver to stay alive. It's the adrenaline, chat. It keeps you warm. Assassin's Creed Red will be the same map size of Origins, apparently. What matters, though, is how much plot you have to get through and how boring it is. Because the thing is, with Assassin's Creed games, you're usually not that interested in exploring anyway, so you beeline it to objectives.
Here we go.
And then you still have to, like, do tons and tons of, like, cutscenes and plotline that you don't have no interest in.
Shit. Nothing? Out of juice. Damn it.
Private Ellis has taken a turn for the worse. He's burning up and it couldn't keep any of his food down. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe the amputation was too late. Maybe I'm not watching him. He'll turn in. The infection protocol. We did what we had to do to Officer Caulfield. Who the hell am I kidding? We murdered Larry. Ellis held him down while I shot him like a fucking dog. Can't get his screams out of my head. Regan, please. I still have time. Don't do this. Ellis, what have we done? What if I just leave? What if I just make a run for it? I'm sorry, Ellis. Regan. Gas in that generator would not be usable at the 23. Correct. Gas only actually lasts like less than a year. And that's if it's like well kept in like a metal container. But I believe this is like 2 to almost like 3 decades after the fall. There's like gonna be no usable gas. You didn't know gas go bad after all? Yep. It has like a shelf life. It oxidizes, you see. Me playing Assassin's Creed mostly. The older games are exploring and, assassinate random guards. I mean, I don't know. Is it just, do you think there's a reason they tried to, like, de-emphasize the Templars these days and they went with, like, the hidden ones instead? I've always felt that there's, like, they don't want to be associated with the Templars anymore because that's seen as, like, a conspiracy theory. So, like, oh no, it's the hidden ones are the threat now. No longer that whole Templar thing. I don't know, it's always weird they try to, like, shift the villains. Like, no, it's the hidden ones. And it's like, you know what? Okay. Can that at least be interesting? No. Use the gas can to get gas for the well, okay, game. I need some beans first. Ubisoft saw how successful Black Flag was with the lower emphasis on the Assassin and Templars and thought going away from that would get more eyes on the product. I mean, it works once or twice, but you kind of need to like, keep my interest, I feel. It's like they've really like de-emphasized it too much.
Empty. Maybe I can find some.
And the point, the gas would definitely be no good, but gas is still usable past the expiration date, just less efficient. I don't know, how long though? I mean, this is like, what, 20 years afterward or something? I feel like at that point it's gonna be just like it's gonna be like jelly.
Oh, fuck. Still hurts.
Oh. Alright. Where'd the other one go? fucking... Ellie, can you, like, back out of the fight so you can reload? Whatever, you're dead. And there's how the game ended. You know, after playing the Resident Evil games, this game feels archaic, actually. Kind of, like, weird how much things have advanced past this. Remember the basics of CQC.
Oh, fuck. Stalkers.
People are still alive just with zero control. Yeah, I mean, do they still have to eat or anything? Oh. Because the Resident Evil games actually
Is that it?
remember to be a video game? Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like it. Okay.
But it's also just the third-person cover, I mean, third-person shooting mechanic, just like, wow. It's like night and day difference at this point. You've always thought about sending the Metro series at all? I have. I've definitely considered doing it. I need to at some point, just because I kept making jokes about the boobs for so long. So eventually, yes, I will. And hey, now that I have the Patreon, I can have the uncensored version up on that so you can actually see the boobs. And see what I'm talking about, instead of just me having to censor it. How about that? I got, you know, advantages now. Speaking of, once again on the Patreon, I finished my Silent Hill 3 script up today. I'll be recording lines for that tomorrow.
Empty. Also dry.
I think I can remember, like in real life, the fungal infection that this game is using. Do the insects they get infected with in real life, do they become aggressive? No. That's their own interpretation. The insects that get infected with cordyceps, they do have altered behavior, but they don't go like aggressive behavior. They simply make their way back into the nest. Or they like get drawn. Like I remember seeing the video that's famous for it that has like an ant that'll like climb up on a tree limb, so it can be like up above a nest, so it can like then sprout the like cordyceps fungi tentacles and release spores. There's other parasitic like things that make them more likely to get eaten by birds and spread around. So really, most of the times when a parasite alters something's behavior, it's altering it in a way that gets it killed, not making it more aggressive. It's like, here, this will make you easier if you get eaten by something, so you can spread.
Shit.
Not just get more violent. From my knowledge of it, anyways. You loved all the Metro games. Metro Last Light is, I still believe, the best one. Alright, there must be a tank I forgot to check.
Ah, jackpot. Right, how do you do this? Take the hose and just siphon it out, right?
You gotta unscrew the lid first of the gas can, you know.
Here we go.
You don't pour it through the nozzle. That's the...
Okay.
You're losing fuel!
should do it.
You ever think about sending indie games? There are some indie games definitely I could send. I technically have sent one. It was like Dream Ball chapters. I even, when I was making the Patreon, I even considered adding, like, right now it's classic and DLC sins, but I considered adding indie sins onto it. But I decided I could at least leave indie sins for, like, YouTube if I decide to do them. Don't need to put everything on the Patreon. There is a game that just came out called Indica that I want to play. That might make for a good video. But I don't really need to label them indie sins. They can just be regular game sins.
Come on.
What's the best Resident Evil? Resident Evil 4.
All right.
Indica is a trip. I played the demo of it, and I was like, this game is like weird, but in a cool art house way. Shit, keep forgetting it's triangle.
Note to self, don't touch electric water. Got it. Well, this door's open.
I'm just keeping that deadbolt locked in. That's not how electric lock works. Fallout 4 Sin Win. Like I said, I do want to do another Bethesda game this year, so it'll either be Elder Scrolls Oblivion or a Fallout game. Haven't decided which. That'll be after I send some Grand Theft Auto games, though. What's your favorite GTA game of the franchise? San Andreas. Easy. I still feel that's like the superior one in terms of just pure fun. It is to play it.
Easy. Easy. Keep looking straight.
Can't wait to see GTA 5 sim video and all the Dark Viper AU fans overload his comment section with memes. I'm not familiar with this Dark Viper AU guy. And why would they overload the comment section with memes? Not to mention, San Andreas has that totally dope hood theme. Yeah, I feel like that just worked really well for Grand Theft Auto. More so than the other themes. Like, Vice City also worked really well for a theme. Whereas I thought 4 and 5's theme was like, it worked, but it just wasn't as interesting to me. He's been playing GTA 5 non-stop for 10 years and he's amassed many memes. I mean, I suppose if you play one game that long, you better have. So I'm assuming it's primarily like multiplayer he plays and stuff, and like maybe roleplay. I can't see how you could keep making content out of the single player for that long. What do I need this crate for? Primarily story mode mods. Oh, there's mods for that? And others, I know like the... What is it? Oh, no, okay, over there. I know the
This way
role
up.
play stuff was all modded, but I didn't know there was more than
How
that.
do I get there?
Not a big fan of him, but yeah, another man's trash, another man's treasure. Hey, that's the way every content creator is. You got people who like you and people who don't. There are people who hate my fucking guts, despite my best efforts to like tell them like, hey, don't take me that seriously. They refuse. Like, no, he means it. He means every word he says.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Okay, I see. "27 years of the original Pokemon anime started airing. Ash's Pikachu name has been revealed. John Luke, as in Picard. It's a weird name for it. Why didn't Ash ever refer to him as such?
Ah, finally.
Wait, so Pikachu is French? If it makes you feel good, Dart, I love you. Well, you know what? I need a little bit of positivity in this life. Having you guys, spread a little bit of it, means a lot. You think he could understand Pikachu saying his name? I mean, I don't know, he spent a lot of time with it. Hell, there was a time that Ash got turned into a Pikachu. You think he would have learned then? Hell, the kid still doesn't know who his dad is. Also, why are they revealing Pikachu's name after, like, Pikachu and Ash are no longer even in the series? We chew.
Yeah, I hear you.
I know, I'm Team Brick. Give me back my brick. Brick despawned. Repeat, brick despawned. He's coming here. Where is he? What did you like about The Last of Us 2? I like the combat and gameplay that it had, as well as like some of the puzzles in it. I feel like they do a pretty good job of making physics puzzles in The Last of Us games. There was even some story elements I liked to it as well. It's just the overall themes of the game I really solidly disagreed with, and thought were manipulative at best at times. But I never had any problem with the gameplay. Oh, fuck. But I think I forgot to... Oh, there's another clicker. Okay. You can use your flashlight here. Not all of them were infected. There's a few non-clickers there. Dartigan said, look, I haven't played this game in years, so give me a break. I'm gonna make mistakes. I am but a man. Think you'll ever send The Witcher 3? Yes. I've been studying that footage for a while. I want to use it at some point. And I also want to now send the DLC. They're guarding the brick. Praise be its name. I don't remember, does the brick kill if you hit him in the head with it? Or am I just like misremembering? The brick broke. Shit, the brick broke. I think it stuns him. Yeah, I think it's right. I keep thinking of like back to my youth when, you know, throwing a brick at someone's head would actually kill them. Okay, we can make a med kit. We can make a bomb. I'll just hold off on any of that. Good. There was a time when bricks to the head did kill people. Those days, yeah, the bricks are too soft. They made bricks softer for the younger generation. Alright, everything dead? Everything dead. Now I can take my prize of scissors. As the wolf among us would say, glass him. One of the first videos I ever made was me glassing that dude in Wolf Among Us. Since clickers can be taken down by body shots and the fungus directly overwrites the muscles, it's safe to assume that clickers are both still conscious and experiencing what's happening to them. They just need a bath of vapor rub. So what do you mean by that overrides their muscles? I wasn't aware of that lore. It like makes them physically stronger? Fungus muscle. Fungal. Wait, so no, fungus are like steroids is what you're telling me. I mean, I feel like you could probably make that work a little bit in like, you know, in fiction. Like, yeah, the fungus like provides like natural occurring steroids or something. Or it messes with your own biology. To, like, you know, produce more like follistatin to like make yourself more stronger. So you could probably make that work. I don't think there's anything left in this place.
Here we are again. God damn it! Where the hell are they coming from?
It's almost like they've overrun this entire world. That's the way we went last time. It's not destroying or replacing their muscles, it's driving them nuts in the head. Well, yes, but maybe it just like removes like a human like limit how much like they do with their muscles to avoid damaging themselves. So maybe it's like that. Like they no longer have that limitation. How did you see me? Oh, it's over there. It's over there. He didn't hear my brick. Didn't hear the brick. We might have to go with bottle. I know I'm team brick, but might need it. They can hear you because you're walking too quickly and make it look. If I'm in a crouch walk, I expect a full-on crouch walk to be like, you know, very stealthy and quiet. Make a Molotov. Probably should have done that, but need another bottle for that. Bottle is heresies. Get back in the fire.
Okay.
Protect the bricks.
Store better.
What kind of mall is this? Okay, this was just what they set up after it was all cordoned off. Posh security mall.
Alright, helicopter.
Here's a cookie. What type? I only accept the finest of chocolate chip. You don't even like The Last of Us, but even I'd be interested in seeing who would play Abby and all the drama, controversy all over again. Here's the thing. I think you could actually make Abby a decent character. It would require, like, remaking the game, though, in every direction. I feel like she's too, you know, too vilified at this point. You need, like, a redo. Okay. The plane? Was this one of those things that's supposed to come out of you like your controller's speaker? I think I've got that. My speaker doesn't work anymore. Whatever. You're gonna head out and take a shower? Hey, thanks for leaving us with the final image of you, like, glistening and wet. And I see through your plan. But have a good shower, man. Yo, bro, have a good shower. Bird.
Oh, fuck.
Get my gun. Shit, I can't pull out the gun.
Okay, be cool. Just be cool. Here we go. Just a little hop.
Surprising that they would have left this medical kit in the chopper, given the notes we read from the military team of how they were really messed up after the crash. They left a like completely functional kit in their chopper.
I'm not letting you go.
Abby was too good for what she did. I would prefer if they made her a bit more like Joel. Well, that was the thing. They wanted her to have the same like kind of story as Joel did in Last of Us 1, where she'd have this person that you're not supposed to like because of what they've done. And then you grow to like them because they protect someone other than themselves who's weaker. But it didn't work as well. Because at the end of the day, Joel didn't choose to be who he was. He was made that way by the environment and the world going to shit. Before that, he's just a regular, like, good, you know, single dad. and then he's forced to live in like a nightmare hell world where everyone turns into an asshole to survive. Whereas Abby deliberately chose to do something like legitimately terrible, and then was never like sorry for even doing it. And it was hard to ever like get past that element, because most people just are not going to like a person who does that. It's just in our nature. It's like we see that and it's like, that is a terrible person. Just because she helps someone else afterward doesn't change that fact.
This looks fancy. Want to try it?
Sure. Joel literally held his daughter as he died. Yeah, like the dude was like, thought he was like saving his daughter and like, oh, a military person. Then she just gets shot by it. So he definitely had reasons to distrust everyone around him after that. And the world just falling apart. So there's a reason why everyone tended to like Joel, because they could see themselves in the same situation, being like hardened by the world.
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Whereas
What
it's
are we
way
doing?
harder to put yourself in Abby's shoes.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Riley, come here.
No, you
Hey
got
Dart, would
this.
you
Go.
be, what would be your apocalypse survival
What the
plan?
heck? This is awesome.
Whatever, apocalypse doesn't matter.
Oh, man.
I mean, can you really have an effective apocalypse survival plan? I know, I gotta think this out. I mean, the best you can do is, I guess, have, like, some
Come on,
supplies
get
on
up
hand,
here,
really.
sit next to
Unless
me.
you're rich and you
Alright,
have, like,
we
a
got
full-on
this.
bunker. It also determines what your apocalypse you're facing. If it's, like, nuclear fallout, you do have to be underground.
No, no,
Man.
no. I just got on.
Live!
Phooey.
Well, I loved it. So there.
Oh. I got something else.
What is that?
What did the triangle say to the circle?
What is that?
You're so pointless.
Fuck you! You found another pun book?
What did the cannibal get when he showed up to the party late? A cold shoulder.
Probably one of the first to die. I mean, hey, that's often the best way to go
Here,
out.
It's for you.
You know, you might just be my favorite person again. Just saying.
I know my girl. Just saying.
All right, you ready?
All right.
Joke.
heard two
This is
peanuts
what my life
walking
is like,
the
chat. I
park.
hit the joke button.
One was assaulted.
Oh!
Good one.
That was a good one.
A boiled egg in the morning is really hard to beat.
That's funny.
That is funny.
I like that one.
I'm reading a
You don't
book
want to
on
start ranting? I don't feel like
anti-gravity,
anyone's
and it's
ranting about it.
impossible to
This is
put
pretty
down.
rational.
Nice.
Yes, that one's awesome. It's not that the guy didn't know how to juggle. He just didn't have the balls to do it.
Oh.
I'm glad I know sign language. It's become quite handy.
That's silly.
That's really silly. I forgot how to throw a boomerang, but it came back to me.
Yeah.
When a clock is hungry, it goes back 4 seconds. Oh,
Yeah.
get it?
Yeah.
It goes back
4 seconds.
for seconds.
Yeah.
I once heard a joke about amnesia, but I forget how it goes.
Do I think they'll make a Last of Us 3? Most certainly.
When the power went out
I mean,
in
what else would
school,
Naughty Dog be working on since this
children
game came out? I mean, since The
were
Last of Us 2.
delighted.
They haven't released anything. They gotta be cooking something. And it ain't Uncharted.
Those fish were shy. They were obviously coy.
Oh, that's cute.
That was cute.
That was cute.
Those two men drinking.
They didn't have a
battery
joke
acid
book in The
was
Last of Us 2, did they?
Ooh.
I guess it was too serious of a game for a moment like this.
Kinda dark. What is a pirate's favorite letter?
Oh, I know this one.
Nah, 'tis the sea. Oh, 'cause the sea, 'cause the water, the ocean.
That's the best one so far.
Yes, awesome. The midget psychic escaped prison.
Oh, is that the Last of Us game saying the
He
word
was a
midget?
small medium at large.
Gonna have to like remove that. They probably removed that joke already for like the remaster that they just released.
I'm inclined
It's like we can't be saying that word in 2024.
That's true. I actually feel like that's true.
That's it? That's the
about
whole
myself.
joke?
That's the whole joke. He's reclining.
Inclined. Meh.
Newspaper headline reads,
They didn't, it's still in there.
"Cartoonist
Brave of
found
them,
dead
then.
at home. Details are sketchy." Yes.
That's cute.
Oh man, I love this book. The magician got frustrated and pulled his hair out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, like a rabbit.
Yeah.
Lame. The frustrated cannibal threw up his hands.
Oh!
I get it! Because he ate his hands, and then he threw them up!
That's so gross.
I like the idea that after the fall of civilization, it gets way easier to be a comedian because no one really has time for jokes, and they like even the easy ones like this will make you like belly laugh.
Criminal's best asset is his lie ability. Oh, brother.
Wow, no. Boo.
I didn't have the faintest idea as to why I passed out. I heard about the guy who got hit in the head with a can of soda. He's lucky it was a soft drink. Silly.
Yeah.
There was once a cross-eyed teacher who had issues controlling his pupils. Oh, that's mean.
They did remove it. You played it just a month ago. The joke was definitely not there. Fucking funny. Wait, so I have one person saying it's there and one person saying it isn't.
Diarrhea is hereditary. It runs in your genes.
Oh,
That's gross, but awesome. All right, that's enough. I'm putting this away.
Being a comedian is tiring, I know.
Till next time, puns.
Oh my god, I played the remake. They did not
Ellie,
remove the
you're
joke.
so
So now we
doing
got
this.
competing like people saying different things. She wants to take a photo, does she?
Ellie, come on. You broke my camera. I want new pictures of us.
I realize it's probably not gonna work, right? Ellie is camera shy.
How does
You also
this
gotta
work?
put money in it
You
first.
just follow the instructions, I think. Should I do it? No. You know what? You do it.
Free photo booth, apparently.
And off we go.
Are we lovers, friends, or cool? Well, we know what the canonical answer is, actually.
Maybe love
You trying to woo me?
in your dreams. Love it is. Oh, okay, smile. Here, closer, closer, closer. No, no bunny ears. Okay, something creepy. Move in, move in.
Oh, let's make
Jump
an ugly
scare,
face.
by the way.
Okay. Pufferfish, pufferfish.
Okay, let's make a silly face.
Okay. All right, be all sexy. Ooh, so sexy. Oh, it's all done. All right.
Good
Huh,
enough.
These look great. What's a Facebook?
Maybe it prints our faces in a book?
I think this actually does share it on Facebook if you have it connected, right? What happens if I say yes?
Enter username.
What should I write?
Just type some stuff. Write your last name or something.
Okay. And there.
Ooh, it's sharing. No internet connection.
What does that mean?
Oh, we can just print our pictures.
Oh, give us some pictures.
Not since 2018 makes
This is
sense.
actually gonna work.
I know.
Hit retrieve.
Remake or the remaster? This is the original PS4 version of the game, so this is not the more recent remastering of it all.
What?
I didn't feel like buying the game.
Oh, come on. Fuck you.
Give me photo.
Maybe if you put it up here. Oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, what just happened?
I think we broke it.
I think we did too. So,
Oh.
You want to keep exploring? Hell yeah.
Attention. The 6 a.m. shift starts in 10 minutes. All drafted citizens must report for duty. Anyone
Can a zombie
that
kill them
label.
now? Well,
Should
you
sell
will get
extra dip.
half of your wish
I know,
later on.
right? Here's how I do it. Attention. The 6 a.m. shift starts in 10 minutes.
Okay, let me try. Citizens are required to carry their ID card at all times.
Report all signs of infection to your nearest area administrator. Remember, inaction costs lives.
Yeah, that would definitely be better.
I got a better one. I can do this better. I've been trained by Half-Life.
Hey, this escalator.
My ass is heavy. No better announcer than that one. Do they grow up in the apocalypse or Cleveland? You know, depending on the context, could be one or the other. Or it's the same thing, in fact. Don't hear good things about Cleveland sometimes. Oh, is that a brand new Subaru? No. Nothing else in the mall food court? Nothing. Shouldn't this, like, terrify them? Like, hey, the stairs are moving. Perfect opportunity for a millennial joke there, and they didn't take it.
Oh, look at me!
It's like, well, that just happened. The stairs just moved. Did she wait until I got off so she can have that all to herself? Heku soldiers, my beloved. I just like the mods people made for it so they can make them say other things. I thought about actually like using an AI to sample that and create like that for a voice announcement, so it could be like people could have like sound. They could like send a message to me during streams in the voice of like the Marines from Half-Life 1, so you could get messages like "My ass is heavy," only performed differently and saying other things. Are you a Subi guy? No, I am not. That sounds really weird too. Are you a subby guy? Sounds like you're asking about something completely different. And I should be using a totally different tone of voice when I say that. It's like, are you a thubby guy? I wonder if The Last of Us 2 or 3 will follow. I think it's a guarantee Abby and what's his name will be in it again, just because they spent so much time on them already. Why would they like not use them? And also not using them would probably be seen as like a sign of cowardice or something by people. So, Lev. So I think it'll definitely be Abby and Ellie again.
No fucking way!
Baja's Arcade.
I told you.
You're an advocate for the Heku voice? You just want to make it go, my ass is heavy. I can do a pretty good impersonation of that, actually. Buffoon Rich. I wonder if any of these are like a reference to that really old crappy fighting game that Naughty Dog made. Probably not. They probably don't want people remembering that. But there is a Jack X over there. The Last of Us show replaced the fake fighting game they made for this with Mortal Kombat 2. It makes sense. Probably just paid for the rights.
No! Don't tell me it's busted!
It's busted.
Man, for a second I thought I was gonna play it.
You still can.
How?
All right, come here. Close your eyes. Do it.
Okay.
Only true gamers play with their eyes closed.
Use this to move. This is your punch, this is your kick, and you block with this.
Okay.
First, you have to choose your character. You're playing as the unstoppable, claw-wielding,
Max through
yet
Warner Brothers owns
chocolate
Mortal Kombat.
gorgeous
Oh, okay, there you go.
Angel Knives.
Am I supposed to picture all this?
Eyes.
Okay, sorry.
She stands on the edge of the Shadow Temple, an ancient mystical building where they hold the tournaments of the immortals.
You know, developers hate this one trick where you imagine yourself playing video games and don't buy their stuff.
Super ripped white
Instead of
dude
playing the
with
new
3
Ubisoft
arms.
Assassin's Creed Red game, or whatever it is, just do this, chat. Imagine you're playing a better
The
version.
music kicks up as he gets into his fighting stance. You ready?
Bring it.
Oh, well, you know, no, this is that TikTok
Round
trend where you
one
gotta
starts.
project things, right?
Black Fang rushes towards you. He throws a double punch in your direction. Jump up. There. He overshot
you gotta project
you
your
land
own
behind
reality.
Him. Quickly, punch him in the back. You nailed him with a wicked elbow, taking off like 15% of his health.
Yes!
He spins around and comes back with a Shadow Claw attack.
What do I do?
Hold back and block to counter. You throw up your elbows just as he executes his combo. You skid backwards but take no damage. The final block knocks him off of balance.
You can't
He
wait
could
for me to
recover
suffer
any
through that.
second. Quickly,
Why,
counter
Jim?
with
Why
an
do you
ice.
like seeing me like
He
suffer?
grabs you, mash punch for break 3. Hit up, block, and kick for blade charge. You gotta press them together, Ellie. Block
How
him.
does she know that I didn't do it correctly, though? Is she
Down
reading my
forward,
mind?
Punch for a special move. Yes! Fuck him up. Woo.
Girl be button mashing.
Yes! Nice!
You win. Oh,
The screen turns dark. Angel Knives' blades begin to glow. She pierces his torso again and again.
This is
until
an
his heart
M-rated game.
Flies right out of his
but when
chest.
it's in your own imagination, it doesn't really
She
matter.
winds back her leg and roundhouses his head clean off. A geyser of blood covers the entire playing field.
Oh, nice!
That is an ultra kill. Angel Knives throws her fist
She's a
in the
gamer
air.
now, chat. In her mind.
You win.
Fuck yeah, I win.
Not bad for your first game. So?
It was alright.
You loved it.
Yeah, I kinda did.
You hear that?
Hey, you know what? We should head back.
So has this girl played a bunch of
I
video
need to
games,
head
and that's
back.
how she knows what they're
You got
like?
plenty of time.
Riley, I don't have any more strikes left at this place. Tomorrow we'll just
Can you
pick
throw
up
the
where we
game?
left
Yeah,
off.
you can lose somehow. You can lose in your own head if you want to.
I can't.
We'll just do it another day then. Okay, Firefly Girl, when?
They've asked me to leave
Leave what?
Boston. I'm supposed to join a group in another city. I argued with them to stay here, but you know how Marlene is. Nothing's easy with her. Everything's a test. They're picking me up tomorrow.
Okay.
That's it?
Well, what do you want me to say?
I don't know. How about some friendly advice? I'm serious.
Why did you bring me here?
I wanted to see you.
No, why did you bring me here?
I don't know.
I don't know. You want my advice? Go. Come on, let's just say our goodbyes.
I'm gonna go check out this music.
Riley. Riley!
Oh, wait, we gotta still play Urban Rush. Remember reading a few weeks ago that neither The Last of Us 1 part PS5 remake or Last of Us 2 remastered made their production budget back, and I'm just so confused. You mean the remakes of them? I mean, most people didn't really feel the need to buy either of those, probably. They're like, wait, the PS4 version of the game I got is already good enough. I didn't buy them. Why would you? They didn't really need to be remade is a problem. And there's plenty of other games out there to buy. Should have played Gobble Boy. That was like a classic, right? Everybody remembers Gobble Boy. I do think that fighting game was meant to be like a reference to Naughty Dog's first game, though. Which was a phenomenally crap fighting game. Neil Debands, you rebuy... I mean, I'm kind of wondering if they'll keep doing that, where they like remaster and re-release the game on like every new console. I mean, they can't really be that dumb, right? Or that giving into the... Or that believing of their own hype. Like, I think The Last of Us 1 was a really good game. I don't believe it was ever like the second coming of video game Jesus, like some people treated it. It's like, hey, it's a pretty good game. Because when you get down to it, it is just like a more serious Uncharted game with, you know, more violence. Mannequins are spooky, chat. You ever learn that fact, that mannequins are spooky? Video games sure seem to know it.
What are you looking at?
Then correct. A quick Google search shows Quake was rated M. My bad. I'm pretty sure the original Quake came out... Wait. Maybe it did. Yeah, maybe it was, actually. I was trying to think, did Quake come out before the rating? Like that segment in Spec Ops: The Line. I still think, yeah, I still think Spec Ops: The Line is an incredibly overrated game and boring as hell. Hey, Garrus, have a good night, man. Thanks for being here.
You ever seen anything like this?
Are we just done talking?
I don't know, are we?
You don't get to be pissed off at me. I'm pissed off at you.
For what? Asking you what you think?
When have you ever cared about what I think?
You're seeing firsthand, chat,
We were
why
good.
lesbian relationships have the highest
We were
divorce
better
rate
than
out of all
good,
of them.
And then you told me to fuck off, and then you just up and vanish. This whole day... you feel guilty? You want an
And
out?
they had the highest domestic
I'm
violence rate,
giving
which
it
is
to you.
surprising to me.
I'm supposed to be holed up on the other side of town.
Think of the bullshit the
I
last
get
couple of
caught
weeks.
as
Todd
a
and everyone at Bethesda
firefly,
are
I'm
fearful for their
dead.
jobs. Not Todd. Todd would
Guilt
never be
didn't
fired.
make me cross a city full of soldiers, Ellie. And yeah, I did some shit that I don't know how
Lesson
to take
learned:
back,
turn
but
gay and love your homies. Ironically, actually,
I'm
like
trying.
gay men have like the highest, you know, marriage success rate, I believe. Is that true about
Speaking
divorce
of-
rate? Yeah, lesbian marriages have like the highest divorce rate,
Those
and they have a
water
very
guns
high
you've been dreaming of?
abuse rate too.
I nearly got shot for these. Surprise.
That cannot be true. I mean, you can Google it if you don't believe me. I'm not trying to make a political argument out of it. It's just what the numbers show.
Okay. First, I'm gonna destroy you. And then we'll talk.
You're about to get drenched.
Let's see what you got, Firefly Girl.
Press R2 multiple times to pump the water gun.
Ellie, come on.
Well, she really should have done and brought some paintballs, baby.
destroyed you. I told you.
It was pretty close.
Don't you know that fact is offensive?
Yeah,
I don't.
you are
It's just literally what
delusional.
was like shown by studies, so I don't think it's offensive at all.
You count to 5, I'll go hide, and we'll
Like I'm
meet
not
each
going to
other.
sleep, or I might be
gets you
going to the
first,
ER. Are you alright, Nemo?
Okay.
How would falling asleep send you to the ER?
Close your eyes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What are you watching? The Last of Us DLC, and it's cute,
You
and
ready?
we're having a squirt gun battle, which is ironically similar to like all the boss battles they have in these games, where it's a stealth fight. You return from food prep? Do we smooch it? No, we're having a squirt gun contest.
Oh, damn.
All right, that's game.
All right, best 2 out of 3. Let's go again.
All right. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Time to die.
Hmm. Yes, I see you.
Ah, fuck.
Come back, baby.
Okay.
We're tied. Count it down.
All right.
Could be some a zombie around the corner, yes, but you know what?
2,
Doesn't matter when you're having fun.
5. Ready or not, here it comes.
Ah, fuck. I lost to an NPC.
Oh,
Shame.
Oh man. Ah.
Got you. I won. I got you. I won.
Wow. Okay, you know what? You got lucky.
Luck.
Yeah. Ah.
Want to go again?
I do. I just.
You gotta go back.
I gotta go back.
Okay. Fine. Can I
Game
at
in
least
at the
walk you home?
highest marriage success rate, but you can't find a gay guy who believes in monogamy.
I guess.
Yeah, that probably is actually an issue. I never thought of that
Give me
before.
backpack.
Like they're having too much fun.
Hey, so
You never knew she did a victory dance when she wins. You've been
I
that
said it
good
like
at the
an
game, you've never
asshole.
lost.
but I totally meant it. You should go. I mean, this is something that you've wanted for, you know, forever, so who am I to stop you?
The one person that can.
You might have exposed yourself to
No,
mustard
please
gas? How did you
don't
accidentally
go. I'll be
expose
so
yourself to
miserable
mustard gas,
without
Emo?
you.
Wait, don't you mean chlorine
I'll be
gas?
fine.
That's what you can accidentally make
And you'll be fine.
from like household
And we'll
chemicals.
see each other again.
You should keep these.
Yeah, don't sleep in a house you maybe like gas
Not
with
gonna do me
chlorine
any
gas,
good.
though.
You still like that walk?
You can accidentally make mustard
Always.
gas. Like I know
Let me see.
chlorine gas is very easy to accidentally do. Didn't know mustard gas was.
What's in it?
That tape you gave me?
My Limp Biscuit
Really
Yo
will be
mixtape,
miserable without
awesome.
me.
Shut up.
Just one of
Read
those
that. Follow
days,
me.
feeling like a freight train. First one
What
to
are you doing?
complain, leaves with a bloodstain. Damn right, I'm a maniac. Better watch yourself, cause I'm fucking up your program.
Yeah.
Nope, wasn't the Limp Bizkit mix trap.
Really?
Come here. Get your ass up here.
Stupid.
People say that we don't know what love is or how to
Come
make
on.
it grow.
Keep on rolling, 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 rolling.
You got me in dread.
Like a chainsaw, like a chainsaw. Cut your ass raw. I have to ruin this scene, I'm sorry. You should mute. I'm trying to talk over it as much as I can so I don't have to. If I just use my voice, it should be the same as like destroying whatever like copyright system works on you against me. So I have to keep talking, Chad, and ruin this romantic moment and sing more Limp Bizkit. Like a chainsaw. Come on, baby, chocolate stuff. I can't keep it up, Chad. I'm gonna like hemorrhage from like too much cringe. There's a lethal amount of cringe you can like induce in yourself. But please stop the song already. Please, I beg you. Please stop the copyright music. I can't keep it up. I'm gonna kill myself. Like a chainsaw.
What do we do now?
Oh god, it keeps going. Do
figure it
you
out.
ever know the power of the talkie-talkie?
I don't think
Please
my
tell me the
mom's gonna
secret. Oh yes, thank god, some monsters with some like different sounds.
Riley!
Oh, I'm gonna have to wipe my brow after that one. What a melodious voice, like a bird in the morning, I know, right? I've been told people come here for it. So yeah, Chad, I think I'll be doing this as my next DLC sin video on the video. Getting some good material out of it. So that'll be next month's DLC video. Gotta finish up the Silent Hill 3 thing first, and then get a Resident Evil. I got so much I gotta do, chat. What have I done this to myself? You know, we should probably make a few things. Because we're about to do some fighting. No med kits. Smoke bomb's pointless, don't waste it on that. Monsters got tired. They're like, you kids done yet? We hear music. Didn't mean to throw my brick. The holy brick! Like a chainsaw!
Oh, shit.
The hell? Alex, what the hell are we doing here? Who gives a fuck about that old man and a little girl?
The sooner we find them, the sooner we get out of here. Make sure this area's clear. I'll search out here. Check around back.
You always go after the one who split off from the rest. Oh hey, Travis Willingham, yeah, he's pretty prolific. No, more murder. I need it after all that saccharine cringe. Basically, someone put Comet in the tub I was unaware of. The Comet rinsed out the tub and got warm shower because you had to pee. Well, Comet as well. Hold on a second. Comet has bleach in it with a mix, then ammonia. Yeah, usually bleach and ammonia like that, or whatever. I mean, you know, that sounds more like, you know, well, I'll take your word, but I don't know the specifics. Oh shit. Seeing ghosts.
I'm gonna kill you, you little shit!
All right.
But I hope,
coming to get you, Joel.
or did you, like, open up all the windows?
You guys wanna fight?
Probably the only thing you can really do.
I'll fucking give him.
Grab a brick. I really just needed a knife there.
I'm gonna get to him, stitch him up, and then I'm gonna get the hell out of here.
Reacquired brick. You are not good at stealth? I just killed 3 people with a knife. What more do you want from me, Jim? 2 of them never saw me coming. Also, Montezuma, or I mean, no, actually, no. I've gotten so used to Montezuma and you two both doing it. Lord Rush, thank you for 20 gift memberships, man. But if anyone got a gift membership from Lord Rush, give him a big, thank you. Yeah, sorry about that. It's usually one of you two. So I have to, like, you know, quickly, but thank you again for the gift memberships. At least it's not scissors. Well, I'm disappointed we can't use scissors as, like, bow crafting material. You didn't get the silent assassin bonus? Oh, sorry about that. Didn't know we were going for, like, you know, mastery. Oh, there is the scissors. Savage Starlight. A lot of gifts. We have some generous people in the chat. I think I got gifted like 400 memberships in one day once, or close to it. See, there's another 20. From Montezuma. Big thanks to you. And be sure to give them thanks too if you get one. Always repay someone's kindness, chat, with a thank you. If you can. Maybe your finger's been cut off in the war and, you know, you gotta, like, peck the keyboard with your nose, but if you can do it, please do. Shocked Neil never tried to make a Savage Starlight game, considering how much he loves sci-fi. At one point, Naughty Dog was making a sci-fi game, is well known, but I think they canceled it. It just wasn't coming together. Or maybe they still are, I don't know. I just remember hearing about that years ago. Making it rain. I mean, I'm not sure what I'm doing to deserve it, but I will keep making, like, Limp Bizkit song lyrics for you. Like a chainsaw. Cut your ass raw. And I will continue singing them in Fred Durst's most pathetic voice possible. Because how else are you gonna sing it?
Which way?
Aaron Hines gifted, Aaron Hines, thank you for your membership, dude. Your 2 months, you know, anniversary.
Fucking freezing in here. Last surviving member of my crew. And I'm gonna die in an air duct.
So you sitting on that fat stacks thanks to your how's the new beat MW roll. I don't make that kind of money, you realize. I'm still in the process of grinding out my Patreon. Gotta get that. Gotta get that to 1,000 members if I can. Then we'll talk about how much I spend my stacks. You can barely hear the audio logs. I can barely hear them myself. I'm not sure what the deal is. I think these originally played from the microphone in your controller. Though I'm not sure. Spot on impression of Fred Durst who couldn't be done. Fred Durst's vocals are always shit. So you gotta do them as bad as possible when you try to sing his songs. He only had like that keep on rolling, or a high pitched like whiny voice. You're gonna do to you what Limp Bizkit did to the music in the 90s? You mean the rap rock genre? You know, that died out almost as soon as it began. Look, I will say Limp Bizkit had good instrumentals, but goddamn, was Fred Durst the worst? And he thought it was hot shit too.
Fuck these guys.
careful, man. Just a pair left now.
Fred Durst is the worst. You know, it rhymes. Bricked. You do everything sexily good on you. Keep staying sexy, my man. Good.
Any more of these fuckers?
Fred is in chat right now. I don't know if you've seen Fred Durst recently, but he looks like a math teacher that you would have had in like middle school or high school. Whatever, like his like he's like unrecognizable. It's bizarre. I didn't believe it was him when I saw an image of him recently. I was like, holy shit. That's you, Fred Durst? I thought you would forever look like you were like, you know, destined to be from like the mid to early like 90s with that style of like, you know, do-rag on your head and like, you know, baggy jeans. Math Durst. He has become Math Durst, exactly. He's got them like, I'm gonna become my dad genetics hardcore. Make ourselves a Molotov. Sounds better than most old stars. I mean, I don't think he does music anymore, right? So, he's born in 1970. Hell yeah, hey, you know, hey, when you're like a kid in the 90s and you listen to it, it's like, yeah, he's like same age as me. He must be. He's a Gen Xer. Okay. I think it's right back over there is like our surrogate dad figure, right? Take another end over here. Bombs. Might need them. Keep like forgetting to make health kits though. What a weird last name, Durst. You know what? It's probably like Irish or something.
So close. I need a way around.
Welcome to Clan McDurst. Yeah, that sounds correct. What exactly that you put me through now that I've allowed you to beat? Didn't realize. I knew those were lyrics for after like the first one, but I forgot how to sing them. All right, so can't go this way. Kind of looks like the old dude from Jurassic Park now, like like welcome to Jurassic Park. Maybe, yeah, I think you might be right.
Okay.
Dude, it's true. I think he looks like he's thinner than that guy though, right? And probably a bit taller, I don't know. Not Jurassic Park without the song. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. I think Molotov here is the correct move. What are bits from Lucky? Thank you. I take requests, apparently. Uh-oh.
Son of a bitch!
Ow! Oh shit. Look at maneuvers up. Okay, I could use some more ammo now. Because I just went through all of it. And all my health. You shot away from death? Well, you know what? That's how you get... Yeah, it's how it's meant to be played. Still can't make a med pack. You're supposed to make the raiders fight. Look, you're not supposed to do anything. You do it the way you want to do it. And I wanted to kill things.
The hell is that little fuck? Got you! Hey, who's that?
Nobody, it's the wind.
Come on, show yourself!
There. That's it.
Stealth is an option. Holds 75 round drum, yeah. You got enough ammo, you never need to do stealth. You're low on health. Oh, yeah, I know. Finally, I got enough stuff to make a health kit with. Your cat is like sitting here so contented on my blankets with the paws stretched out in front of her. I've been known as the cat whisperer, so it's probably helping that she's hearing my voice. I draw all the kitties to the yard. The pussy whisper. I've never been able to call cats by that, by the way. It's always felt so wrong and weird. It's always like, I'm calling it a cat. I ain't calling it that. Feels like an excuse to get away with saying a dirty word. Anything else? Need supplies. PlayStation 3? The girl's been wanting to play video games. Grab that. Grab it. You got the ability finally. The problem is though, it probably has only had like a copy of Final Fantasy 13 in it. She's doomed, chat. Doomed. Are you related to a fellow by the name of Penguin Zero? I wish, but no, I am not related to Penguin Zero. But I understand why you would get that idea due to the nature of our vocal, range. I've seen many people compare them before. We should honestly talk to each other. Network. People would get a kick out of hearing the two identical robot-sounding people. Also, local Juan, how you doing? Angry wet noises. Can you describe these wet noise? Angry wet noises? Would it be like... I feel like it's gonna be fast and aggressive. Penguin Zero is a Florida man. Dart was in Florida for a time. Coincidence? Brother from another mother, perhaps. I was at work, my toilet overflowed half my apartment. After cleaning up, I decided to take a 30-minute nap to calm down. I got woken up to knocking with my landlord, wondering why I didn't call him. I didn't think I needed to for that, but it turns out that at the same time my AC was leaking downstairs. Oh, damn, man. So 2 instances of flooding happened in my apartment at the same time. I've had flooding happen in my apartment once. It happened during the winter when I came back from work. The faucet had apparently, like, frozen and then, like, popped. So there's, like, a big, large amount of water in my kitchen. You would probably like my cat Grim. He is a very personable, but also terrorizes the 2 elderly cats and wrestles the dogs. I do like a tough cat. Tough cats are nice. So did you pop out of your mom's womb with a naturally deep voice? Yes, I came out like this and they like immediately called a priest. I was even speaking full sentences. Weirdest thing I know. Have you ever cried in a deep voice? Usually, I don't know. I've never recorded myself to find out. Was sinning the moment he became into the world. I mean, I have been, a very cynical person toward entertainment for as long as I can remember. Who knew I'd make a career out of it one day? Last question, Dart. What's the plural of pancreas? I want to say pancreases, but I don't think, does there need to be a plural of it? You only have one. So I doubt it's like some fancy, like, pancreas. Like, bring the pancreases from the freezer. This is going to be a fun conversation in therapy on Monday. Well, good. Don't know what to say to that, but you know what? I hope so. Can't wait for Kingdom Hearts 4 where they introduce double nobodies. You make these jokes, but you know it's going to be something like that. I hate that whatever joke you make about Kingdom Hearts could potentially end up being the plot.
Get him. I gotta do something. Fast.
Speed, LA, speed. Whoops, forgot you gotta hold this. Oh, you survived that, did you? Alright, we need to, like, make use of these Molotovs. Have enough, so we're gonna use bombs instead. Fuck. That was the messiest combat encounter anyone's probably ever had in this game. Step away for a few minutes and you guys are talking about organs. I got asked about the plural of pancreases. Can I make a health kit? Nope.
Shit.
Okay, no more, no more goodies. Let's kill the old-fashioned way. Nice throw. What the hell happened there? It's like somehow shot the bullet through his body into the, the Molotov he was holding. Or maybe it was a flammable bullet, I don't know. Anyone left? I think that's everybody.
Down there, by the door.
Or not.
Gotta pin down. Go finish her.
Fuck you! Fine. You wanna do this?
Ow, ow, ow.
He's out of bullets.
Got a knife though. We're being raided. Everyone click who raided. Also, Nina, thank you for raiding for the party of 18s. Oh, I'm sorry I missed it. I was like, deep in gamer mode. But thank you for the raid. How was your stream? And what were you playing? Furious, batting down the hasses. Don't weird him out, Chad.
Oh, fuck.
Don't weird him out too much. I mean, there's a little weirding out to be done. This AI doesn't know what to do. Okay. Continue hiding in the dark. It's really hard when you don't have bullets. Thanks for whoever gave you a membership. No, there's quite a few of those given away earlier. Thank you. We said to be stealthy, you know? Stealthy.
It's now or never.
You have a good old-fashioned brick on hand, perchance? There's one right here. There's always a brick when you're in a building. We were reacting to YouTube videos, and Nina was telling us how much... Uh-oh.
All right,
I've never seen this cutscene. She's telling us how much she enjoys your YouTube channel. Oh, well, I thank you, Nina, for liking my stuff enough to, like, show it off to other people. Much appreciated.
Oh shit, we got infected.
Hopefully I live up to, like, whatever hype she was giving you guys about me. Oh. You know what? Meleeing, or melee, as I normally say. Ain't that great right now.
Oh shit, we got infected. Girls out here. What about the old man? I don't know. Keep an eye on.
Here we go, good run. It's all the guys with guns anyways. Ellie's a child, she can't stab grown adults just yet. Yeah, I gotta sneak up on them a little bit. Right. We don't have to worry about them getting into, like, you know, oh. Go get him, buddy. No, don't lead him up here. Yeah. You're doing a real good job hiding over there. Oh, come on. That was barely a fall. Okay, what? Spawn. Okay. Nice spawn, I guess.
That's it. If anyone's alive, don't even think about surprising me. You line up like your friends, you hear me?
That was a very strange moment in gaming chat. What the hell would that worked? Spawned into fall damage? I know that could have been like a soft lock, how that worked out.
You better be alive, Joel.
Did you say that you were alone in the dock lot? Actually, it's very bright.
Out here, the door. This way.
Oh yeah, the music's still playing. Shit. I'm a chainsaw. Rip your ass raw.
Shit.
Yeah, I think it's too muffled for YouTube to detect it.
Here. All right,
But once again, thank you for the raid earlier, by the way, if you're still here, and all of our viewers.
Okay, go!
let's move.
Tell me if you see a Radio Shack in this mall. I gotta buy some, like, new parts. Hey, I'm not canonically bitten yet. Stop.
Ellie, you with me?
Yeah, I'm right behind you. Keep running.
This is the worst date night ever. I want to point out that I hit square there, not triangle, and it still worked.
Wow.
All right.
Come on. Up the stairs. The scaffolding? That's our way out. Infected!
Oh, they're behind us too.
This way. Go, 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 go,
How
go.
were there so many infected here that we did not run into until the music started playing? It's like this place is like infested, yet we did not run into anyone despite all the noise we were making earlier.
Ellie, I'm gonna push. Keep going.
There's an open window. Come on. We're almost out.
Yeah, they were waiting for the music to play. Like we love that song.
Reach up. I got you.
Hold on.
Give me your hand. Ellie.
Yeah, you gotta show it off.
I think it's clear.
Really, there was like dozens of us behind us.
Ellie. Ellie, your arm.
No, 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 no.
So yeah,
Don't
I
worry.
think I've decided I'm going to be sending this for
Done
the
this before.
Patreon next over Resident Evil 8. I'll wait till
Kind of a
next
nice
time for Resident Evil 8.
Ish.
This one will make for a good one, I think.
Just stay calm.
You ever think it's fucked up Ellie likely had to unalive Riley? I mean, that's the most likely thing that had to happen. Which is probably something they should have actually shown in this DLC.
There's some more stuff over there you can break.
Yeah, it's called a rage room. They're actually really nice.
What are we gonna do?
The way I see it, we got two options. Option one. You take the easy way out.
Originally, they weren't even going to
It's pretty
show the
painless.
moment Ellie and Riley got bitten.
I'm not a fan of option one. Two. We fight.
Fight for what? We're gonna turn into one of those things.
There are a million ways we should have died before today. And a million ways we can die before tomorrow. But we fight for every second we get to spend with each other. Whether it's
By the
2
way, for all the
minutes,
new people, consider hitting the
2
follow button
days.
if you like my stream. Or the subscribe
give
button on
that.
YouTube. And if you really
I'm
like
gonna
me, you
give
can join the
that.
Patreon.
My vote? Let's just wait it out. You know, we can.
This is a very weird
be
thing
all
for her to be
poetic
saying,
and just
considering,
lose our
like,
minds together.
to her, they have to be doomed. But good thing she did.
What's
You
option?
like that the game never explained Ellie's immunity? It doesn't really need to. There's plenty of, like, you know, every human has, like, somewhat different,
Sorry.
like, mutations in them. So it's probably reasonable that there would be, like, a couple humans that'd be immune. When you have billions upon billions of people out there.
Let's get out of here.
Or that the thing that bit her was, like, also a bit different and, like, gave her... I think that's actually the explanation that they kind of gave. That the fungus, or the cordyceps fungus mutated inside of her to be non-infectious. Let's trying to give them something to take comfort in the moment. I suppose. It just feels like that one they know at that point they just figure, okay, we're gonna like turn into one of these things. Because they've never seen anyone not fail to turn into it after a blink. So it's basically like, let's just cope for a day or two before we turn into it. Ugh, you know what? Considering how popular this stream has been, maybe I need to replay the first game. Like, but probably not. I got too much else to do right now. Like the first one when it came out. Oh, the first one is a very good game. Like I said, I think the second one is a good game too. It's just the plot that drops the ball. Original or remake? If I did replay the first game, it would be the remake because I've already played the original. TV show well showed that as Ellie was being born, Ellie's mom got bitten. Was transferred. See, I don't like that. That's dumb. That's not how that works. Like literally, as she's being born, the virus can't go through a woman's bloodstream that fast to like infect a fetus. So that's a little like goofy. Like things that go into your bloodstream that infect you take many days usually to like actually like multiply and like go around your bloodstream. Dead dogs? Come on, man, don't say that. You getting loud enough, credits? Fun fact, Ellie's mom in the show is played by Ashley Johnson, who was Ellie in this. Yeah, I heard about that actually. I think they also gave Troy Baker a role in the show, didn't they? There were dogs on the screen that died? I thought they were like, you know, dogs that would have been alive at the time, and you just said through time they died. Blood only takes a minute to cycle through the whole body. It would have made it to the baby. It's just it takes time to multiply. One, if it's being born, the baby is no longer even connected to the mother's blood supply as well. So it would probably like, it wouldn't even, why would it matter though? There's not like there's something magical going on during birth that would convey immunity just because the mother was bitten. So it's saying that during the mother being bitten during birth, somehow it mutated inside the mom and she got the mutated. See, it's just dumb no matter how you look at it. Like if you can't, it just doesn't make any, it just seems like too convenient as storytelling. It's better just leaving it being a random mutation. So there doesn't really need to be a complex answer. Heard the excuse that kids were just being born immune to the virus. I don't think that's ever been the case though. At least I don't believe so. Yeah, the only known person in the series who's immune is Ellie. Have I watched the show? I have not watched the Last of Us show, no. I don't have the streaming service for it. I don't really watch a lot of TV. So the show just ripped off Blade. Blade was not the first thing to come up with the idea of a baby being born with a special, like, you know, good version of a disease. The Last of Us is fantasy game? I mean, it's not really fantasy. It is, like, based in reality. They tried to, like, ground it quite a bit. They are taking some liberties with how, like, cordyceps fungus work, but you know what? You're allowed to take a few liberties in the pursuit of fiction. Realistic, it's a natural for a small percentage to be immune. Yep, I prefer that explanation to something, like, fanciful, like being bitten while being born. Surprised you aren't playing Indica. You seemed really... I am planning to play it, but I needed to like bank some footage for the next DLC Sin video on Patreon. So, and I kind of decided to do this one next. So I wanted to go ahead and get that played and out of the way. Since I finished Grand Theft Auto 3 early last night. So maybe when I like next stream might be Indica. I don't know yet. I'm kind of like trying to avoid buying any game right now because I gotta buy Hellblade 2 soon. So I might not get to Indica until a little bit later. Havoc. I don't think anything uses Havoc physics anymore, do they? You've got Indica right here. Different type of... This Indica involves a nun. Ooh, Hellblade 2. Yeah, that comes out in a few days, so I'll be playing it. There we go. DLC finished. You made the joke. Look, weak jokes are allowed to be made over and over again. Cut her some slack. Play some factions? No, I'm good. I've never really had any interest in Last of Us multiplayer. Didn't they actually shut that off as well? I thought that like ended. They're no longer supported. Is it good night? Yeah, it's only... We did get over a 3 hour stream out of it, so that's longer than I anticipated. Thought this was originally going to be like a 2 hour and 30 minute stream at best. You can still play it on the PS4? Yeah, I'm just not interested. I'm not really... If I'm going to play a multiplayer game, I have other things I'd rather play. But yeah, we'll talk for a minute though. We don't have to end it just yet. Is there anything you'd like to ask, chat? Discuss? Go over? Do you have an Xbox? I have an Xbox One sitting over here collecting dust, and I have an Xbox 360 that I played the hell out of when, you know, that was the thing. I have not bought the Xbox Series X. Don't need to. And I don't see myself ever buying another Xbox console, honestly. Just wanted to hear the voice. Well, hey, it's here for you. And yeah, I'm still looking into like creating a reading channel. Just for people like you who like, you know, being like put to sleep by it, I guess. Will there be another Xbox console? I'm assuming there will be, but if the next one flops, I think that'll be the last one. Isn't that still just a rumor? What? What's a rumor? Read us a story? No. Well, I will eventually, but it'll be on a YouTube channel. Reading channel, oh my god. Well, yeah, I'm thinking of putting together a channel where I just read books in a nice setting. That's relaxing for the people who like my voice and use it as a sleep aid. Because over the years, so many people have told me that I've been like probably not using that. I could probably... The sad thing is that might be a more successful channel than my GameSin channel. Wouldn't that be some shit? It could potentially, I don't know. I've seen some channels that also do something like that, but I don't think they do it particularly well. I could maybe capitalize on that, I don't know. It wouldn't actually be ASMR. I wouldn't be like getting an ASMR mic, and like, I feel like that might be too cringe. It'd just be like it is right now. Only I'd be like reading for people who like just need something to like listen to while they sleep or relax or whatever. How are DLC sins gonna work for games where stuff isn't DLC? What do you mean? How are DLC sins gonna work for games where stuff isn't? Well, if it's DLC to me, does it come out after the game released? And is it, you know, that's DLC, downloadable content. It's something released after the game to add to it. So as long as it meets that expectation, then I can send it. And put it up on the Patreon for content. I need a pipe. Well, I don't smoke, so it'd just be like a prop. Will you be sitting on a big chair next to a... Well, my idea currently for the reading channel goes as this. I want to get like a wooden desktop that's like got a wooden base to it, so you know, it'll be a camera pointing down at the very top of flush of the desk. And there'd just be like a book on it, and you'd see my hands turning pages. Boys, Valdez. Shut up. I'm explaining stuff right now. And you'd see like my hand turning the pages as I read. And I might have some like prompts on the desk, so like, I could have like a mood setting like candle or something else, I don't know. It wouldn't be too complex, but it would be like, oh, that's relaxing. Also, Super Freaky Jr., thank you for the loving my content. I will have a Resident Evil video up for you by the end of the month. And I'll have even more content available on the Patreon with Silent Hill 3 soon. So, if you like what I do on YouTube, maybe you'll like what I do on Patreon as well. You can find a link to that, you know, down below. Or, you know, multiple places, actually. Okay, Dartigan, I'm going to need you to pull an all-nighter, soothing me to sleep with your luscious voice. Well, there's plenty of live streams I got out there for you to listen to right now. In the future, you'll have what I'm talking about, though. I still don't like the idea of making her a broodmare for a cure. That's pretty... Yeah, that was one of the more messed up points of the plot. It still doesn't make any sense that they need to kill her to get it. Because you can just, like, biopsy. Would you send the first 2 Halo games for Classic Sins? I suppose I don't know, there will be times I will make exceptions for games and include them on regular game sins on YouTube. But I'm not sure how I'd go about that yet. I'm not planning to send Halo 1 and 2 right now, that'd be anyway, so not really something I have to worry about. but I'd have to think about it, whether I want to include it on Patreon or what. My current idea is that maybe more niche stuff goes on Patreon, where more generalized older games might still go up on YouTube, but I'm still working on that. I'm not one to complain online about problems, but truth is I've been having a hard time and going to be hospitalized for a while. Oh, White Wolf. Well, I hope you, whatever has got you down, and whatever you're going to be going to the hospital for, you get over very well, and I'll be rooting for you. When they want to harvest their eggs? I don't think it's like that. I don't think it is. Assassin's Creed Shadows will be the first time a game will feature an Assassin-Templar conflict since Syndicate in 2015. Well, technically, it's been the hidden ones, which are like the Proto-Templars. But it doesn't really matter. It's still like a bunch of shadowy evil people like doing like shadowy evil things that you gotta kill. So who really cares? It's still gonna be killing people in power. You're heading out early? Hey, Lucky, have a good night. Hope you don't go into massive debt from medical bills. That too. Can you do the prototype games? I actually played and recorded Prototype 1. I just haven't made a GameSyn video on it. I never have played Prototype 2 yet, though I do own that game as well. But someday I will. I gotta be honest with you, I did not like Prototype 1. I hated that game. Thank you, I appreciate it. It's in my own choice, and I think it's for the best. Well, hey. I'll still be rooting for you or whatever, and we'll be here when you get back. Fungus would transfer to a human ovum? I don't know if it would or not. I don't know if we have that much knowledge in how, like, funguses travel like that. It has, I mean, there are fungal infections, but I don't think any of them are known for, like, transferring over like that as it currently goes. Eagle-themed Illuminati versus terrible Team Rocket. Team Rocket doesn't really do much, though, right? Other than, like, trying to steal Pokemon. Didn't like Prototype 1 either. Yeah, I tried... Maybe it was one of the things you had to play when it came out, but I tried playing it like a year or two ago. Oh god, it was a mess. Would you agree Joel is daddy and he didn't deserve the game he got of golf? I will say this much. I think most people expected Joel to die in any potential sequel to Last of Us 1. I wasn't surprised by him dying. I just didn't expect it to be that early in the game, or in like the very mean-spirited way it was. So I think him dying was perfectly fine. It just, the method that they chose, or the earliness of it, I don't know. That was like a really raw choice that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Because it seemed almost like vindictive, like they were upset that people liked Joel so much. I always got that impression that like you weren't supposed to like him. He's a bad guy. It's like, no, we get to decide whether we like someone or not. You're going in on Saturday morning? Well, good luck to you, man. Good luck. We'll be hoping to see you back soon. Prototype definitely has not aged well. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if it's Prototype 2 any better. I know that it didn't get another... I think that game kind of flopped, so it didn't get into their third game. Died way too early. Yeah, I didn't like that after they killed him, they kept bringing him back for like flashback segments with Ellie. It felt really cheap. It's like if you want to kill him that violently and off him really quickly, don't just keep bringing him back in flashbacks throughout the game. That was also something that rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't like that at all. Hope to see you all soon. Well, I'm sure we will. Never been able to get through a full live stream like this. Either had to leave early or the chat live stream energy was low. Happy to watch a full stream of yours live. Hey, I'm happy you were able to as well. Sorry, sometimes depending on what we're playing, stream energy does go a little bit low. But tonight, as you saw, pretty damn strong. But thank you for joining the live stream all night. It's also ending about 30 minutes earlier than it normally would, so that probably helps as well. But yeah, maybe I'll see you in future streams. I'm probably going to be taking a few days away from streaming to work on the Silent Hill 3 video. But when I come back, I think we'll be playing maybe Indica, and then Hellblade 2. So we got some new stuff to play. I'm also going to play Vice City soon. But I might wait until after I finish Hellblade 2 to play Vice City. Cheapest moment was having Ellie forgive Abby. She didn't technically forgive her. She just decided not to kill her. There's a bit of a difference there. So I don't think she's like, okay, I forgive you for doing that now. I think she's like, whatever, I'm not killing you for this. I can't wait for the next stream. Yeah, it'll be a couple days, but I'll be back streaming again soon. And depending on when I come back, it'll either be probably Indica, Hellblade 2, or Vice City. I haven't decided which one. You plan on being on the Pineapple Express while playing Indica? No. I don't think that game has anything to do with weed either. It's about like nuns and Christianity and the devil. But yeah, if you like the stream, please hit the subscribe or follow buttons as well. But I do think I need to stop because it's almost 11:30 now, and I gotta get something to drink to wet my. If you can hear my voice chat, it's like getting rough, getting a little gravelly. But I feel like we had a pretty good stream, and now I've got this footage bank for an upcoming DLC sin video for the Patreon. If that interests you whatsoever, should be pretty good. But chat, you've all been wonderful tonight. Thanks for joining me. I will be back in a few days to play something else for you, and have some more lols, and many lols. But yeah, thank you to the mod team. Thank you for any bits, subs, gift subs, memberships, all that wonderful stuff. Thank you for your support. Thank you for anyone who checked out the Patreon or joined it. Much appreciated for that as well. If you haven't, there's links available. Also, y'all cool people in my book, alright? Always remember that. Also, White Wolf, speedy recovery to you. Hope everything goes well. And that goes for all of you. All of you have a good night and a good day tomorrow. I'll see you soon with new content, new live streams, and, well wishes and other generic crappy shit that I'm always spouting out. I'll let you go now. Peace, everybody.